Hello everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. I think it's day 7 of recording. It's Monday again. I have had the entire weekend with this depressing music. Oh, I don't want to go near the kid. Do I have to go near the kid? Where is Malisity? It's on the other side of the kid. Let's just not look. That kid really upsets me. I'm just not gonna look at it. But yeah, I've been just hanging around like everywhere that is not Tuliolal because of the depressing as hell music. But here we are. Malisity. We're gonna look at whatever that is. Malisity regards the fallen soldier thoughtfully. Now, I think this still looks like a Hayur. It's clearly not a person, but it doesn't look like an automaton or a magitech weapon I've ever seen. So we're thinking this is a robot? As far and wide as you've traveled, though, perhaps you've encountered something similar before? Would you mind taking a closer look? Pardon me. Would you mind taking a closer look? It may yield some clues as to Soralja's new power. It reminds me of the soldier of that planet that we met on Ultima Thule. In place of where the eyes or mouth might be, you see a strange sigil on the front of the helm. I mean, the weapon definitely looks different. The general shape of the weapon resembles a gun, but its construction suggests it's far more advanced than anything you've seen before. From a distance, it appears to be a simple armor, but upon closer inspection, its construction is quite intricate. The material from which it's made is unclear, and you see no sign of a power source. We sure this isn't just a person in a, armor? So, what do you think? It looks like a person, but it's clearly mechanical. I'm also on the wrong job right now. That's my wiper. I need to change back to my white mage. My wiper is not high enough to do this quest. Indeed. While it resembles a person, it has features that make it uncanny. The lack of a face, not the least of all. Did you see any sign of a power source? No? So it probably doesn't run on ceruleum or any other conventional fuel. I tried channeling ether into it earlier, but there was no response. That would seem to rule it out as an arcane entity. It's completely lifeless now. A far cry from the unstoppable enemy it was in battle. Even the material it's made of is a mystery. Rather than metal, it's more akin to stone. Wait, haven't we seen this somewhere recently? Yeah, around the Golden City. We have in the Sky Deep Cenote. I love that the other response is like, the palace is also made of stone. That's right! The glowing stone used in the chamber with the gate of the Golden City. And while the soldiers are a different color, the warship are the same black as the stone of the gate itself. Indeed. There has to be a connection. Let's share our observation with the others when we gather at the sun perch. And I'm back. Though technically it's now tomorrow from when you saw me, well, a few seconds ago. There's a flu running in my household. Poor hubby is home. Though recording time is now a little bit finicky. Hi, Katla. It has to be obviously when he's napping or something, because our setup is in such a way that he and me are basically side by side. Now this is usually not a problem, as I prefer to record when he is not home. And if I have to record when he's home, he tries to be very quiet. But right now he's coughing and I don't want that. So yeah, things are a little bit different. I don't know how recording is gonna work, at least today. I'm hoping he starts feeling better soon. But we were looking at the weird corpse and now we have Alice over here. Looks like everyone is here already. Good. Today I would prefer a lot of voice acting, please. As I am also a little bit under the weather.
Thank you for coming, everyone. And thank you for taking charge in the relief effort. We would have fared far worse without you.
Someone had to do it, that's all. Come, let's take stock.
In terms of casualties, at least 50 died in the attack. And many times that number are wounded. All available healers are seen to their care. Structural damage at least is limited, so essential business can be conducted without issue. That said, the people are understandably shaken. We must assuage their fears and begin working to restore things to normal as quickly as possible.
Now, the most confounding mystery remains our enemy. And their mechanical soldiers created with technology that surpasses anything I've ever seen. What is their nature? And how did Zoralja manage to bring them under his command? Such things remain unknown.
They emerged from the dome encasing Shaaloani. We're quite certain of that much.
Speaking of the dome, we have some theories, I'm told.
We do?
Indeed. I would like to call upon some helpers to join the discussion. May I invite them here?
Yistola
By all means.
and Graha.
It's me. Permission has been granted. You can come in.
Or is it Thancred and Urianger? I mean, we're gonna need all four of them, preferably.
Greetings, everyone.
Hi, Graha. And Yistola, I can see her staff in the back. Now we're just missing Thancred and Urianger. They would like to be involved in this.
Raha! Y'shtola!
After that long voyage, I had hoped that we might be afforded a moment's rest, but I gather circumstances are quite dire.
All is well in the Annex, never fear. I've already dealt with the most pressing matters, and others hold the fort in my absence.
Yeah, I think this is more important right now.
Following the changing of Dawn servants, Gulul Jar Jar spoke about the Golden City to his two successors.
Okay.
Thanks to Wuglamat, I was allowed to attend that meeting. What I heard led me to conclude that this was a matter for the students. Thus did I call upon our comrades who possess the requisite expertise. It was actually after that the dome manifested. But, based on what we know, I have reason to believe that it is connected to the Golden City.
While we're eager to help, we have limited familiarity with the situation. Might we trouble you to explain from the beginning?
Yeah, and tell us what was said during the meeting.
As As you know, it was a letter I found tucked away in the Baldessian Annex that brought me to Toral. A letter from the Dawn servant, addressed to my grandfather, sent some 20 years ago.
The request to investigate the City of Gold?
Indeed. The strange thing is, there was mention of neither Toral nor the city in our records. Hoping to learn the truth of my grandfather's mission, what he did and saw, I volunteered to help in the rite of succession. At the end of which, I was able to hear the tale from Galul Jar Jar. Like us, my grandfather went to the deepest chamber of the Sky Deep cenote. And, like us, he saw the gate to the Golden City.
Is that what you required our help with? This gate?
It was. You see, the gate was opened once in the past. And
it led to another reflection.
Which one? That was the look of like, no.
From here. Considering my part in these affairs, I reckon maybe I'm best equipped to speak on the matter.
Yes.
I was there too, you see. In those ruins, together with Galuf and Galul Jar Jar. And what I saw that day, I'll never forget.
Oh, we're gonna get to echo it. Nice.
This black stone is remarkable. I cannot help but wonder if the structures in this part of the ruins were built by a completely different civilization.
It was over 1,000 years ago that the giants mined here. Their records make no mention of glowing stones.
Making this a more recent development. It probably wasn't
It
here
harbors
then.
high concentrations of ether, and on the surface are what appear to be arcane patterns. They aren't Allagan, or Mahi, or Nemean. If anything, they put me in mind of the calculations of the South Sea Islanders, but even then,
Seven hells! What did you do?
nothing.
An earthquake?
Oh, it is open.
None of this has ever happened before.
A void gate? Nay, this is different.
The baby is Kyle, isn't it?
Baby? Now, hold on. Why would you...
The key to open the gate.
Now what's this?
What is this? Who are you?
I mean, it does look a lot like Kyle. Poor Caleb though, just standing there with the baby, I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do with
Though
this?
it never opened again. Galuf continued to study the gate for years after that, hoping to learn something of value. All he could conclude was that it was built with unknown technology, and that it led to another world, one apart from the Void. We'd assumed the ruins themselves were the Golden City, only to discover that the real prize actually lay beyond the gate, and beyond our reach. Couldn't make head nor tail of the artifact either. As it had similar properties to the black stone in the ruins, we were convinced it was important, so Galul Jaja took it to the palace for safekeeping. Galuf, meanwhile, took the baby with him back to Shaaloani and raised her as his own.
Then the child was...
Though she did spend some time in the orphanage.
The earring inside the letter to my grandfather. It was apparently found amongst my swaddling clothes.
Oh.
If this is true, then it means that you hail from another reflection.
So it would seem. I still struggle to take it all in myself. Looking back, Grandfather was always quick to seek distractions whenever I broached the subject. But never would I have guessed anything like this. But enough about me. We have more pressing matters.
The forces that assailed Tuliyola. You suspect they are somehow connected to the Golden City?
Thinking back on it, the soldiers looked like they could have been made from the same black stone.
Mm-hmm.
And leading them was Zeralja. His involvement also lends weight to the theory. On the day of the succession ceremony, a bandit took me unawares and knocked me out. When I came to, I found my home turned upside down, with a few particular items missing. Namely the keystones I was entrusted with, for my role as Watcher of the Gate.
The bandit? You believe that it was...
I only got a glimpse of him, but I was a blue-scaled Hubigo. I know of no other.
The artifact stored at the palace was also stolen. The thief struck during the ceremony, and the guard was spread thin.
So our assumption is Zeralja somehow opened that gate to another reflection, where he acquired advanced technology and his mechanical army.
Indeed.
It fits. And if he did, then it's also likely that the dome is a product of this unknown reflection.
Hold on. We've been going on and on about the reflections, but what of my home? What's become of it?
I'm sorry. Oh, we're gonna go find out. I want to do this one, but it doesn't feel like the right atmosphere to do it. So we're gonna go find out.
Indeed. Where it concerns other realities, I dare say the Scions are best suited to tackle the task.
You can say that again. We've been to the literal edge of existence. Some mysterious giant dome shouldn't scare us.
As you know, our order has ostensibly disbanded. We'd thank you to be discreet about our unofficial reunion.
Huh. Worry not. We'll spare no effort to get to the bottom of this. And with our hero eager to help, you can be confident of the results.
I mean, I'm gonna find out what's going on.
You. If that's where my brother is, then that's where I must go. I can't say I understand everything you're discussing, but I know what I have to do. I have to put a stop to Zeralja and restore the people's happiness.
Suffice it to say, I share Lamachi's desire to join you. However, under these circumstances, it would be unwise for both vows to be absent from the city. As such, I shall remain in Tuliolol. Come what may, I will protect our nation. So go forth, sister, and do what you must.
They work really well together. And it's good that one of them is at least coming with us. It feels only appropriate.
It may be prudent for us to likewise divide our forces. While one group ventures into the dome, the other keeps guard without.
Agreed.
I volunteer for
There's
Dome.
something I wish to investigate out here, so I will remain.
I as well. The enemy's warships still loom overhead, and I would see that we are prepared for the worst.
Kryl, coming to Dome, right?
I wish to go to the dome. As a student, I have an obligation to investigate this potential threat to the world. But I'd be lying if I said I'm not deathly curious about my origins. If there's aught to be learned, then I want to learn it.
In that case, please let me come too.
I mean, of course.
I have to see what's become of my home. I may not be a fighter, but I know those lands like the back of my hand. I can guide you.
If you hadn't offered, I would have asked. We're counting on you.
I'm not one for waiting around, so if it's all the same to you, I'll join the Dome crew.
I would have been surprised to see her wait.
I expect your knowledge and experience will be useful. In the meantime, I intend to learn what I can about the gate, and will keep you apprised of my findings. Pray do the same.
Assuming communication is possible from inside the dome, we'll maintain contact and share any developments.
It seems our teams are assembled. A fine roster, I think.
I think so.
Looks good to me. We'll find a way to deal with the threat. For the sake of Tural.
It's truly heartening to have you at our side for this. Thank you, everyone. Now, before we set off, there's one thing I need to do. The people are still shaken by the attack, and I'd like to reassure them as best I can.
I mean, yes, she should announce to the city that she is going while Kona is staying. So they know they have a vow with them, but also a vow going to actually deal with the situation. As in, like, she's going to deal with the dome and he's dealing with the situation in the city as well. I think it was a great idea to have two vows. What do you say, Kona? This talk of reflection is perplexing, to say the least. I should be glad of your help in understanding and overcoming this crisis. Yeah. I struggle to believe I'm from another reflection. I wonder, does this mean my soul is thinner than a native of the source? Surely not. You stole a bit of notice. Gods, there's so much I don't understand. My head is ripe to burst. I fear we need to know more if we are to defend against another assault. I want to know which reflection it is. I am indebted to Oyika for overcoming our operation in my absence. I will endeavor to make myself as useful as I can here. Another reflection encroaches upon our own. But how and why now? Please be safe. You're coming with us, so we better be. We'll find a way to breach the dome, and we'll make sure everyone inside is safe. Kathana? It's embarrassing to think how Sir Al-Jah caught me unaware, but I've no doubt the bastard came to kill me. I reckon he would have succeeded were it anyone else. Who would have thought him taking the key would lead to all of this? Yeah, I thought he killed you. I'm really glad he did not. Uglamat. I know what I have to do now. Alright. You haven't changed. Yeah. Good. Before investigating the dome, Uglamat wishes to see to one important matter. I know we're in a hurry to set off, but before we do, I need to address my people. The peace we swore to uphold has been shattered. They need to understand what's happened and how we intend to fix it. So I want to call an assembly at the Winged Walk and assure them all that all will be well. But as shaken as they are, I don't know how many will come. It's those who are most distressed that need to truly hear your word. If you like, I shall seek out their souls and encourage them to attend. I'll help too. This is an important step to the city's recovery. Care to join us, Malisity? Of course. While you handle that, Erin and I will see to the provisions for the expedition. Thank you. I'll go ahead and have the Landsguard announce the address. People must first know there's going to be one before they can decide whether or not they want to hear it. If you could see to the resplendent quarter and base at Bevy, Alisaie and I will split the rest of the city between us. Will do. Any thoughts on this, Koana? This talk of reflection is perplexing. Okay, so it's just the same? Right? I shall have to examine one of those mechanical soldiers later. I have a mind to inform Thancred, Nuri and Jay as well, but they may have already left Tural. They better not. We're gonna need those two. Now there's a thought of which reflection are we dealing with? Depending on... So, based on the trailer, I kinda get a feeling maybe the Golden City is an arc. Meaning there is no reflection left on the other side. So it could be one of the reflections that are actually gone. And this is like a small number of people who survived. Or it could be one of the reflections we haven't visited yet. Either way is very curious. Also, it's interesting to note that he says the calculations are similar to ones that the South Sea tribes do. I'm gonna have to look back into that. That's where we had a dungeon, a variant dungeon focused on the South Sea island. I forget the name of the island. It had like a great mountain, a really nice story. Okay, we have a dumbfounded farmer over here. If Tulialal falls to the enemy, what will happen to us? To our homes, our farms, everything we worked so hard to build. Lives and communities and histories, all reduced to ash by these merciless villains. I heard Vau Vuklamat is planning to address the people, but what's the point? What can she and her brother possibly have to say? You should go listen to it. Really? The Dawn Servant has a plan already? They've lost so much, yet they're preparing to carry on? And standing around worrying about what to come will change nothing. It would be a lie to say I'm hopeful for the future, but I will go hear what they intend to do. There we have another one. Hello. Still can't believe we were attacked. For a mercy my family was spared. I don't know what I would have done had they come to harm. I understand Vau Vuklamat is going to make an address soon. I'll be there, of course. This person does not need to be persuaded to attend Vuklamat's address. Alright. Oh, hello. Please leave me be. My father is gone. Leave me to mourn. Oh, honey. Ulu Jaja is slain, and yet Vau Vuklamat and Vau Kona still fight for us, for our nation, for us. Very well. If they would speak, then least I can do is listen. There's one more somewhere. Cheerful resident? What do you have to say, cheerful person? Ah, checking on everyone, are you? The city's definitely seen better days, but we can only spare so much time for mourning. Only by looking to the future can we overcome this crisis, and we'll need to do our part. I've no doubt that Vau Vuklamat and Vau Koana will share similar sentiment at their address. Yeah, it doesn't need... I mean, maybe it's kind of normal also being a bit cheerful, having survived something like this. Oh, hello. I barely didn't see you there. It's not safe here, not anymore. I could try to leave Tural, but where else is there to go? You look like the well-traveled sort. Please, I can't stay here. But up here, nowhere in Tural is beyond the enemy's reach. What of the land across the salt? Oh, honey. I know. Even if I ran, I know I regret it in the end. I love Tural. This is my home, and I know the Dawn servants would give their lives to defend her. I will put my faith in them and listen to what they have to say. Yes. Okay, let's go hear this address. Hopefully it is a very good one, because these people need a good one, because there are ships in the sky. We have a composed merchant. This one is probably going to be fine, but we're still going to talk to it. Phew, the wares are mostly intact. Glad tiding for my clients. Oh, sorry friend, but I've no time to spare. Vau Vuklamat and Vau Kona will soon begin a public address, and I have finished taking inventory before then. Given the circumstances, it must be quite important. You'll want to be there as well. Indeed. We have a paranoid resident. I can't leave now. What if the soldiers come back? And what are those strange machines looming overhead? Gosh, I have so many questions. Hey, you should come to the address. At least we will have a plan. I see. It would put my mind to ease to learn something, anything, of the threat we face. Alright, then I'll go to the winged walk. Thank you. I feel better already, and likely better still once I hear what the Dawn servants have to say. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good show of strength to have one of them stays in the city, one of them goes to deal with the situation. Because that's something, like having two leaders, so both fronts can be handled, is hopefully going to be reassuring to the people. Phew, cleaning up is tiring work. You've been busy helping as well, I'm guessing. Right now is tough for everyone, but Tuliol won't succumb to this. With a new Dawn servant to protect and lead us, we'll get through it together. This person does not need persuading. Katla is just sitting here. Like, she's now, since I started recording, she has been sitting in front of me. Like, right here. Hi. Poor thing. She doesn't like it when we get sick. No. That little one always makes me so upset. I'm hoping the city gets cleaned up after this, because the depressing music is killing me. I need to stock up on food and medicine, as much as I can. And what else is there? I can't afford to forget anything. Come on, listen to the address. Sorry miss, but I'm busy. Too much to do and too little time. There's no telling when those stone men will return. I have to get out of here, find somewhere safe. But you can't lose out on information. Vau Vuklamat wants to speak to us. Perhaps she has a plan. Then I suppose there is no harm in hearing what she has to say. Katla, I need you to, like, move around, honey. A little bit. There. Then we have a flustered resident over there. Hello. Whatever it is, I don't have time. I have to finish repairing this cart. There's only so much I can carry on my back. When those hollow devils come again, I need to be ready. Vau Vuklamat and Vau Kona mean well, but they're young and inexperienced. They can barely look after themselves. If we're to survive, I do not know if we can count on them. Well, come and hear what they have to say at least. They're going to strike back at the enemy? So, they're resolved to face this. Maybe it is too early for me to think of running. Alright, I'll go and hear their address. Perfect. Let's go hear their address. Alright, everyone is out here. Koana. Thank you again for spreading the word of our address. I fear those who need assurance most would not have been present otherwise. No, they would not have been. It seems Kyle and Erenville have yet to return. Still busy making preparations for our expedition, I presume. Alfie? Did you not see Alisay on your way here? No. I was just discussing the gate to the Golden City with Kettenram. He has been patiently answering my few questions. A few questions? More like a bleeding broadside of them. Took me back to me time with Galef, I did. Shaaloani scholars, I swear. Just a few questions, you know? It looks like you brought quite a few people. Thank you. Oh, Katla, you're getting your hairs everywhere. It makes my nose itchy. Alisay had actually returned ahead of you, but upon hearing that you were still out there, she decided she was unsatisfied with her own efforts and left again. That's like her. My apologies for involving you all in Tural affairs. We're simply helping dear friends in need. Having traveled the land of Tural, sharing in the rich culture of your people, I can see it no other way. What's more, Zoralja and his army pose a threat not only to Tural, but to the star as a whole. We will stand with you to protect what you hold dear. Indeed. Thank you. I don't expect you had much, if any, rest. How are you holding up? I'm fine. Thanks to a little encouragement from Malisity. Did you rest? You needn't worry about me either. Whatever weariness I feel is no match for my desire to protect my people. We will restore peace to the nation and preserve our father's legacy. And it begins by speaking to the people from our heart. Right. Another perk of them being two Dawn servants is they can support one another. They aren't alone in this. Because the weight of responsibility might be too much for one person. We need to see to a few things first, but feel free to go ahead to the plaza and wait. Their father raised them well. He really did. Yeah, that he did. They are very good people. You should be proud. We can see Bakul Jajal there. Sheesh. Cannot talk today. You can do this.
Namachi, are you all right?
Yes, don't worry. I'm ready for it. The fear, and sadness, and anger. Everything.
Come on, Koana.
I am the reason to your resolve. But more than that, I am your brother. You needn't bear this burden alone. Remember this.
As you likely already know, my father, our former Dawn servant, lost his life in the recent attack. He challenged the enemy leader to a duel and fought with skill and valor, and for a moment we believed he had won. But wielding an unknown power, his foe returned from death and struck him down. I could only watch as this happened. I could not tarnish my father's honor by interfering. Many of you have suffered terribly. You've taken wounds. You've lost friends and family. As vow of resolve, I failed in my duty to protect you. Words can't express the shame and regret I feel. And as much as it pains me to reveal this, the enemy leader was none other than my brother Zoralsha.
Zoralsha? It's true! I saw him!
We believe he staged the attack from Shaaloani, which has been encased within a mysterious dome. I know that you're concerned for your loved ones there as well. But mark my words, I won't let Zoralsha torment us any further. Our father gave his life to protect our nation, and I'm prepared to do the same.
You say that, but those metal monstrosities are still up there in the sky. What are you going to do about them?
The enemy is still on our doorstep, and waiting for them to strike again accomplishes nothing. That's why we're going to strike first. We are going to take the battle straight to Zoralsha and put an end to it all.
And while my sister sallies forth, I will take charge of the city's defenses. Not another soul will come to harm. We swear to you.
That is a swear you can't
Like
keep.
our father before us, we will lead with resolve and reason to restore peace to our nation. So please, have patience and faith.
So the resolve goes on the attack, while reason shores up the defenses. Sounds like a fine plan.
Okay.
Needless to say, you can count on my sword. Dural's my home, and I'll do my part for it.
Nice.
Hear, hear, brother.
For a second I thought they were gonna object.
Or was that two of we? Never mind that. What of the rest of you? Will you let others do the work? Or will you do your part and fight?
We fight! We fight! We're two Leolans because we're united! We'll stand with you and weather this storm! He's right. This is our nation, and it falls to us to protect it.
We'll fight too! For Tuliolal!
Me too! Me too!
We're all together in this!
Why is that guy dressed completely different from everybody else?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
We've already learned much about our foe, and we will continue to learn more. In time, we will have the means to make their warships fall from the sky. When we join hands with our countrymen and our allies from afar, we're stronger than we dare to hope. Together, let us show the enemy the might of Tuli Yolal.
I am very proud of them.
You are the beating heart of our nation. Each and every one of you. Uncertain days lie ahead, but for now, I ask you to persevere, to go about your lives as you always do. Only then can we ensure we have the resources to see our nation through these trials. And when the time comes, we will strike. Tuliyola will not fall. We will prevail, and peace and happiness will be ours again.
So, and now we go to the dome, right? Oh, there is everybody. He did well. Yes, he did. It's inspiring to see such diverse people rally as one. The people of Tural have come together for the fight. We must endeavor not to fail them. I like the lights in this. Really pretty. I'm glad to see so many people came. I wasn't sure how many had won over, so I decided to keep at it. Good job, LSA. That was a rousing speech, was it not? Let us do our part to ensure that the Dawn Servant can fulfill their promise to the people. They're not up there anymore? No. Okay. Listen to Wuklamat and Koana. I was reminded of my time in the first. Katla has like her head in the way. While the Exarch was no king, I often found myself speaking before the people of the Crystarium in like manner, and through their deeds they answered me. The people of Tural too will rise to the occasion. This I can tell. Alright, Alfie. Alfie now is considering how to best help carry out Wuklamat's plan. Well, the hour of departure is at hand. Those of us remaining here shall accompany you part of the way. I, for one, would like to see the dome firsthand. We set forth as soon as everyone is ready. I will inform Wuklamat that... There you are! Ah, Lamati! We were just planning to call on you. Are you ready to leave? I am seeing the people come together as one, knowing they haven't given up hope. It was all the encouragement I could ask for. Nah. Right then, let's get going. We have to leave from Sectoral Skygate. Yes. I guess we'll have to travel through Shaaloani, and we're probably not gonna be taking the train. We'll probably just walk the tracks on foot. Koana and Kettenram will continue to manage affairs at the palace. Once I've inspected the dome, I will join them to make preparations against further incursions. Good idea. Even from afar, I can sense something isn't right about the dome. As Lamity says, let's stay vigilant. We should have everything we need for the expedition, from food to medicine to gear. It's quite amazing how much he can fit in Erenvil's rucksack. Does he have food for all of us? Is this like a bag of holding, my dude? The dome appears to lie well beyond Shaaloani. A good thing we have Erenvil to guide us. Shaaloani isn't exactly a short distance from Shaaloani. If the train isn't operating, we need to consider other means of travel. What about the yak-like things? Everyone's here? Good. This is my friends. We go to strike down Suralja and secure peace for Tuliyollal. We'll be passing through Shaaloani, where there have been reports of enemy movement, so stay sharp. Yeah, the Shaaloani is obviously closest to the dome. I hope they aren't in a lot of danger. Oh, whoa, that's a lot of ships in the sky. The Landsguard had told me about them. They emerged from the dome in quick succession and took a looming overhead. A display of force like the vessels in Tuliyollal. Indeed, and while they haven't taken any aggressive action, I want to see how things are in the area before moving on. I think that's a good idea. We'll be passing a few settlements on our way to Shaaloani station. It's the perfect opportunity to look around. In that case, Malisity and I know a few locals who can help. Yeah, we've come through before. Then let's divide into two groups. Erenvil, Alizé and Malisity will come with me to inquire with the locals. Meanwhile, the rest of you can go and inspect the dome. Understood. Once everyone has finished, let us reconvene at Shaaloani station. That sounds like a plan. We can start with Husatavi. That's where the Dust Watch is based, if I remember correctly. You do? The Sheriff Kemaka should be able to tell us a few things. Yeah, we've made some friends over here, so that's good. So this region has its own peacekeeping force. Yeah, but they just started recently. Before that it was just duels. Everything seems in order at the clans. The people of the wilds are brave indeed to remain here with those ships overhead. They are extremely stubborn, Erenvil. They're not going anywhere. Oh, it's you two. And I'll be. Wow, Vuklamat as well. You're Sheriff of the Dust Watch, yes? What's the situation here in Husatavi? Well, the enemy hasn't tried to pick a fight with us yet. The ships gave us a shock when they first appeared, but they've just been floating there, holding position. That said, I've received some unsettling reports from elsewhere. We've been investigating to the extent we can, but we're spreading thin and haven't looked into the Shesenevi Spring yet. Apparently, the mechanical soldiers were seen in the vicinity. What? If this is true, then people there are in danger. I worry about other township as well. If the rest of you could head to the spring, I'll pay a visit to Meva Hetsoan. I'll accompany Erenvil. See you all in a while. Okay. Lamity, we're gonna go... And she's off. Okay. We're honored that Vuklamat should visit us personally. Please take care out there. Yeah. And all clear this way. I mean, as clear as it can be with the dome. The mechanical soldiers don't seem to be in the area. Still, we should talk to the locals. Let each make rounds and see what we can learn. And I'm back. It's, as you might notice, it's not the same day as the last part of the recording, or however I'm gonna end up editing this. There has been a flu going around in my house. My hubby got sick. I couldn't record while he was sick. Now he has gone back to work. And I'm sick. Yay. But I really want to continue playing. I think maybe it's important to mention that I do this for me, not for you guys. So this is something I want to do. I am gonna have fun with this. So I want to continue on with the story. But it means you're gonna have like a slightly funky sounding Malisity today. But that's okay. And it also means that I have no idea how long I'm gonna like record or anything. But let's get on with it. There is the railroad clerk. Oh, you're the one who helped us the other day. Mavlika and the others are out investigating, and they confirmed that the Nitovique is safe. It was after the train had begun its journey back here that the dome appeared. So those who were riding the train are fine, but we don't know what's become of those who disembarked in Shaaloani. What a mess, and just after we finished fixing the track. Oh no, that means also Lamity's, like her nursemaid. I think she left in Shaaloani. Oh, a mechanical soldier. Why do they just stop working? The mechanical soldier shows no sign of life. It appears to have been run through with a polearm. Oh, that's a good reason for why it's not working. A polearm will do that. No, you're over there. Oh, it's you. Hello. Malisity, you came. As you can see, we're doing alright. After those ships appeared in the sky, soldiers clad in white showed up and surrounded the town. But to our surprise and relief, a traveler came along and dealt with them all in a flash. Estinian. I never forget the way he soared through the air, spear in hand. Shame I never had the chance to ask his name. It's Estinian. We're all safe thanks to him, but I can't say the same for those in Shaaloani. We haven't heard from anyone there. I hope Namika is well. I worry about Namika, yeah. Okay, so Estinian is around here somewhere. And that's good. You heard about the spearmen as well? There couldn't be anyone else. Yeah. What is this? Someone spreading more gossip about me? Sekoa. Ah. There he is. Talk of how I saved the town travels fast. That's not to discount the help here of my friend, of course. We gave those machines a real beating. I thought you'd come sooner or later. Do you know what's happening? So we're indeed the one keeping the people safe. Thank you. I think nothing of it. The automata aren't particularly strong. But are the rumors true? Kulul Jaja is slain. I'm afraid so. So Rolja used some dirty trick to get the better of him. Well, I make him pay for what he's done. Mark my words. Oh. You're going to help here, I assume? Help her? Yeah. I need to go see what the dome is about. I see. With your continent, you won't lack for strength. In which case, I will remain in Shaaloani and keep an eye on things. That helps us more than you know. I'll send word to my brother before we set off. If you find yourself in trouble, don't hesitate to contact Koana. Koana? Brother? Wait a second. You're the vow of resolve? I am, and you're Seko, right? I'll be counting on you to keep everyone here safe. Absolutely. If more of those hollow men show up, I'll send them packing. I'm a fastest gun in Shaaloani after all. Malisity can attest to that. Yeah, he's pretty fast. And he wants to protect the people. Glad to hear it. We leave Shaaloani in your capable hands. Also, he has a Stinian. Let's get patrolling right away then. Sure. Stay safe out there and don't do anything reckless. I can't promise that. Wasted words, eh? Just do what comes naturally. I like that he just, like, don't do anything reckless. Nah, that's a dumb thing to say to you. It's like, yeah. Right then, it's time we head to the station and join the others. Indeed. Ah, now it opens up the final side quests in this area. I've been missing those. Oh, also, I found my dash. It was a level 40 ability. I didn't realize that. I thought it was something that was gonna be like added between 90 and 100. But no, it's a level 40, which is nice. So now I have my mobility thing. It does though mean that I have moved stuff around. I'm gonna have to like remind my fingers where my stuff is. Hello everyone. I heard from Uglama that the Stinian was here. With him to watch over them, the people of Shaaloani will have naught to fear. Indeed. Raha and I visited the settlement west of here. Thankfully, there was no damage or casualties to speak of. The dome is absolutely massive. What manner of kingdom do you suppose he claimed with it in his borders? I don't know. I hate the names of this place. This place is still safe, but the animals are unsettled by the recent events. Perfectly normal. It seems the people of Shaaloani are safe. What a relief. It seems those soldiers only appear in Shaaloani Spring. Could they have been after the ceruleum? Maybe. Like, ceruleum is used to power all sorts of interesting things, but at the same time, they feel too advanced to be powered by ceruleum. Okay, I'm hoping everything is being picked up. Thanks to Estinian, there were no casualties to speak of in Shaaloani. The Natsara were safe as well. At the very least, there was no sighting of soldiers there. What about the dome? Did you learn anything of note? It is composed of exceedingly high concentration of lightning energy. To even touch the barrier would prove fatal. When approaching it, we must exercise all caution. Then how are we supposed to get inside? If Sorol and his army emerge from within it, there ought to be an entrance. An entrance, you say? It so happens we might have an inkling where to one is. Hey, my friends. These are the engineers of sectoral railing, which operates the train between Shaaloani and Yasolani. When we went out to recover the train, we had ourselves a look at the dome through a telescope. It was then when we saw it, a large fortress-like structure that looked like it straddled the dome's edge. Okay. You're telling us part of it is inside and part of it outside. That seems to be the case. Well, we only observed from afar. The soldiers were coming and going from it. From what I would say, it serves as a passage between the outside world and whatever inside. But as you would expect, the area is heavily defended. It won't be easy to get near. Do you know what become of the passengers who went to Yasolani? Uglamad's nursemaid was among them, a woman named Namika. What? I'm afraid not. Only those passengers who were headed back here are accounted for. I can say for a fact that everything was fine when we arrived in Shaaloani. But when the big tremor struck not long after we left the station, I hit the emergency brake and looked back, and all I could see was the dome. What's more, the fortress is right on top, on the track of all places. What are the odds of that, eh? Huh. Assuming this fortress serves as a mean to pass through the dome, we should first determine how we're to reach it undetected. I don't care if we're detected. I say we smash our way inside. Despite how it sounds, I actually gave this some thought. Sorolja wants me to prove that I'm Father's worthy successor. If I fail, he'll destroy Tuliolal. By charging in head-on, I make my intention plain as day, and in so doing, keep his eyes on me. A bold strategy. I like it. Of course, your plan will be no good if you cut down before reaching the base. What you need is something that will get you there quickly and break through the defenses with a single, decisive blow. Now we have just that. We're taking the train. Since the tracks go straight to the fortress, we can reinforce our train with armor, load it with all fuels it can carry, and send her hurling at it to explode on impact. We're creating a train bomb? Chief, have you gone insane? You were just saying how relieved you were the train is in one piece, and now you want to turn it into a bomb? Yeah, I think it's a great idea. The train's not important. Our dreams was to have a railroad running from coast to coast, remember? If these invaders have their way, there may be any more railroads, let alone trains to run on them. Is that what you want? It's a sacrifice we have to make. We're making a train bomb. These good folks are willing to put their lives on the line to get inside that dome and These good folks are willing to put their lives on the line to get inside that dome and put a stop to all of this. The last we can do is help them. Ah, thank you. But, Chief... Listen, no matter how hard things may get, no matter how many times we fall, we can always get back up. And as long as we're alive, we can build another train. So have faith and quit your complaining. But what if we fall? If we fall really, really hard? There's no getting back up if we're dead. Well, you don't have to be on the train. No one's dying on this train. I'll see to it myself. She's dying on the train, isn't she? Needless to say, this is a one-way trip, and we'll need to jump off at the last moment if we don't want to go out in a blaze of glory. You alright with that? Sure. Sounds fun. There's no changing her mind, is there? Just promise me you'll be careful out there, honey. We won't leave you with any sorrows to drown. Never fear. We won't let you end up like your version on the first. Seeing as I've never had a drink in my life, I certainly hope not. Interesting. I would be a lie to say the loss of the train doesn't concern me. But with the good friends and my loving wife beside me, that's all I really need in the end. That's so sweet. sorry about that. Well, at least I'll go down as the legendary train that saved Tural. Exactly! That it will. But first you gotta work to do so she looks the part. Well, mostly she just has to hold up. I don't know much about Magitech, but if there's anything I can do to help you, you need but say the word. I'll keep that in mind. I mean, are they gonna paint the train? If any of you are willing to lend a hand, there's work that needs doing over at the storehouse. Alright. It seems we have a path forward. I believe this is a good time for me to return to Tuliyollal and inform Koana of the situation. I shall return as well. I have new investigations to pursue. Oh yeah, they weren't going to come with us to the dome. The dome's elemental aspect is similar to that of the gates in the Golden City. If we are to identify a connection, we may learn something of use in our fight. It's one mystery after the next, but at least we're not without clues. It may not be easy, but I know we can get through this together. Sounds like a plan. I'm really glad I'm getting to continue on with the story. It's been a few days, and like I've gotten my warrior to level 100, but I haven't gotten past this stage, so I haven't gotten to see like Solution 9 yet or any of the stuff that happens after. Use this train as an explosive, as a abrasive plan. We'll have to put one attempt, so we have but one attempt to see, so we have best make it count. Jeez, reading today's is challenging. The ship seems content to remain waiting in the skies, so let's take this opportunity to do what we can and prepare. Yeah, they aren't really moving. I hope Namika is safe. Yeah. Well, we have our plan. Now let's finish this train and blast our way into the dome. Even only just having met them, I can see how important the train is to Vavlika and the engineers. We can't let their sacrifice be for nothing. We won't. What do you have to say, Glamat? We'll make this plan work. See if we don't. Your plan is set up, but Grahatia is not without reservation. Come on, Gra, it's gonna be fine. It's not. It might not be entirely the dumbest thing we've done. I just don't know what has been dumber. I mean, we did go to the end of the universe. That probably is higher on the scale of, like, dumb stuff. While I have no objection to the plan itself, I have one concern. How can we be certain Sorolja will not strike Tuliyollal in retaliation? I considered the possibility, but when my brother told me to come and prove myself, he meant it. He wants to show that his kingdom is superior to Tuliyollal, and it will give him no satisfaction to attack when he knows I'm not there. No, he'll be waiting inside the dome, waiting for us to challenge him so he can crush us and prove his strength. Indeed, if anything, we're more likely to put Tuliyollal in danger by not taking the fight to them. So, we indulge Sorolja, at least, until Tuliyollal has shored up its defenses? Right. We'll charge in from the front and keep his eyes on us. During which Koana will find a way to fortify Tuliyollal. If you believe this is the best course, then we shall trust in your judgment. I expect there will be no small amount of enemy resistance, but we will do all in our power to assist you. Thank you. Well, time is of the essence. Let's go and see what's left to be done for the train. Indeed. Okay, there is... Oh, they're all over the place. Let's try to find everyone first. Graha! Where to begin? That is a good question. Oh, I spot Alice over there. And Kyle. I wonder where Urian J and Thancred are now. It's a shame Sid and his engineers aren't here to help. If they were here, I expect they would turn it into a flying train. That would be hilarious. Shensa has given me a list of materials. We'll see to it that they have everything they need. And look at that dome. It really looks terrifying. Everyone's hard at work on the train. I can't wait to see how it turns out. Looks like work is getting underway. We'll finish it in no time at all. So, what can we do to help? No need to hold back. As I understand, it's the two of you met your fair share of craftsmen during the Night of Succession. Would you happen to know a few who would be willing to come and help us complete modification on the train? Of course. What sort of craftsmen did you have in mind? Let's see now. I mean, we could ask the Moblins. Perhaps my greatest concern is keeping the train safe from enemy attack. Even with you all aboard to fend them off, it would be over in an instant if they managed to get just one good hit on the cerulean tanks. According to eyewitnesses, the soldier used lightning-based weapon, so I might to install a grounding rod. Would you happen to know a carpenter who could handle that? Yeah, we could ask. We could ask the fellow with a fetish for formalities. You mean Wukavu? Well, he has his quirks. There is no questioning his carpentry. Ah, Master Carpenter from Okano, eh? If they'd be willing, we'd be glad to have them. But we need more than just a carpenter if you want this done in timely fashion. We'll be glad. We've got a lot of equipment that needs moving. Heavy equipment. I don't suppose you know anyone up to the task. The Yokyu. So, Sir Murver can help? Fontaine is maybe a little bit too light. He's more of a goldsmith. Sir Murver would be perfect. We'd be hard-pressed to find folk stronger than the Yokyu. And I'm sure he'll be willing to help. You're friends with the Yokyu? I'll be damned. Well, no, we'll not want for strength with help like that. Next, I'd like to outfit the train with some powerful weaponry of his own. I care not the soldier will be riding their flying vessels. We need countermeasures to deal with them. That's true. I for one can't use magic, nor am I handy with a firearm like my brother. Any idea of ranged weapons we can use? Well, if she can't really use guns like Koana, then ballistas? Big ballistas? Ballistas, eh? While they'd be powerful, it seems to me it'd take too long to reload between shots. If there were some sort of ballista that could reload quickly, then that might work. But weapons aren't exactly my field of expertise. Perhaps I can be of assistance? The Crystarium employed etheric cannons for its defenses, and I see no reason why that design cannot be adopted for your train. While I did not conceive them myself, I know their design. It should be possible to build them here, provided we have the requisite material and skilled smiths. Now that sounds like something Fontaine can help with. What are the materials we need? The barrel can be fashioned from any metal, so as long as it's highly conductive to ether. To power the cannon, we will require fire-aspected crystals of the highest purity. Fire crystals, eh? Might be the miners over at the spring can help with that. Then, if I could leave the crystal and smith in everyone's hand, I shall get started drawing up the schematics. Right then, I'll secure the smiths. That means I go get the crystals. In the meantime, could you deal with the materials? Sansa is in charge of our supplies, so it might be good to talk to him about it first. Sure. Well, I think we'll set for a plan. Things for the consultation. Now let's get this train dressed up and give her a proper farewell. She deserves. Okay, so we need to get the right metals and crystals. Yeah, plans coming together. To make good speed, I'm gonna try and enlist some more help from amongst our friends back in Dawntrail. I'll leave the materials in your care. I think I saw Shensa over at the southeast. Oh, so I am taking care of the materials. I see. There is Graha working on his schematics. Right, time to put my knowledge gained in the first to use. Shensa? That should be enough lumber for the armor. What else do we need? Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. What can I do for you? I need to find materials? Etheric cannons. Interesting. I have an idea where we can get the conductive metal, so I'll take care of that. Nice. So I just do the crystals? I'm not sure about the fire crystals though. Might be best if you spoke directly with a miner. Can I leave that to you? Yeah, I'm used to dealing with the crystals. Great. You're friends with Liate, aren't you? One of the best miners around. If anyone can get you crystal, the crystal you're after is her. Well, lovely. Let me go find her. There she is. Oh, Malisity, what brings you around these parts? I need fire crystals. The purest fire crystal, you say? I think I heard about them before, but what was that about? I don't know, used to summon Ifrit? A hot commodity. A way to obtain fire crystals is on the tip of Liate's tongue. Now I remember. Cerul Analas. You can find them to the south of town. They actually ingest fire crystals and keep them in their guts, if you can believe it. If you want a pure crystal though, you'll have to go after the oldest, toughest Analas. Nothing you can't handle, right? I'll show you where to find some to hunt. Looking forward to seeing why Erenville thinks so highly of you. Alright, let's show why Erenville thinks we are amazing. She ended up being way further away than I thought. There's quite a lot of fiery wildlife in this part. We think it's due to the cerulean, but no one can say for sure. Still, it's not often that you see the bigger, dominating sort, and that's what you need. What you have to do is hunt down a few of their kind, establish yourself as a threat that there's known to draw the leader. Sure. So, kill a lot of them, and I should get the one I need. That's the spirit. While you're on the hunt, I'll keep watch nearby to make sure no hapless traveler comes stumbling in. Yes, please. I would prefer not to have that happen. Wild Dara, these things look really weird. No, don't attack me. See, now I have to kill you because you're all hostile and stuff. When really, I wouldn't have. You made this problem yourself. Please at least drop something nice. Do you drop anything? Any crafting material? Not one thing. Do I have everything on? Yep. Okay. Let's see these things that we have to kill. There's no sign of your prey. Perhaps you will have better luck to the south? Oh. So I just killed this thing for nothing? Oh, by the way, I love this mount. I ended up paying Gil for it. I tried farming for it in Eureka, but I had absolutely no luck. So when I was done doing the entire Eureka story and I was like, I just want the mount, I got it. Now I'm a little bit more broke than I usually am. Oh, hostile presence? Nice. Hello. Oh, hello. It was good. Not gonna stand with that, buddy. I should probably summon Kathleen to help me, but at the same time, during the main story, we don't have that much gameplay when you think about it. We kind of spend most of our time talking to people, and then we have like little moments of gameplay in between. It's very interesting how different the like end game of like doing, well, just gameplay stuff is from doing the story. I like both though. But sometimes I would like to have a little bit more gameplay in the story. Where are you? Hello. Are you impressed? Amazing! You dealt with the beast in no time at all. You need the crystal delivered to Shensa. I'll see that he gets it. A fire crystal of the highest purity. Taken from the belly of a beast. That's not the first time you get a crystal from the belly of something. These fire crystals are for the train, aren't they? I heard about your plans to enter the dome. I want to thank you for going to such lengths to stop these invaders. And though he would grumble if he knew I was asking this, please take care of Ellen Shipper. Anyway, I best be on my way. And you as well, in case you're going to meet her. I saw Wuklamad heading for the station. Alright. Of course I'll take care of Erenville. He's my friend. Oh, there they are. Taking care of the crystals, have you? Things proceed apace here too. Alright. Shensa told me you got the crystals for him. Good work. I've just returned from looking for extra help. We'll see him in a moment who answered the call. All while in readiness for them. All will be in readiness for them when they arrive. Damn it, I'm idle for a moment and I can't think, and all I can think about is my home. Keep your chin up, Erenville. We'll be on our way soon and we'll find your mother. It will be good to see her after all these years. There's so much I'd like to ask her about the time together with Papa. I don't bite stuff on my table. Oh, she'll talk your ears off. Once my mother starts, there's no stopping her. My mom's the same. I wouldn't want it any other way. Right, let's return to helping where we can. The real work begins when the extra hands arrive. So, who did you manage to recruit? And Moblins and Pelu Pelu. Yeah, like a lot of people from our journey. Thanks for making the trek here. To be honest, I wasn't expecting so many of you. Since the attack on Tuliyola, I had been wondering if there was what I could do to help. So when I heard about the upcoming operation from Kwana, I leapt at the chance to do my part. Peace will be restored and then we can all enjoy a nice cup of mezcal. This is her home and we'll do whatever it takes to keep it safe. Aww. While I assist with the efforts here, High Luminary Gulfurlu does the same as the capital. I'm truly grateful. With all of us working together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. Let's get to it, my friends. Yes, let's get to it. Time to get on the train. Oh! We have like singing? The Dawntrail music is so good. I also like that we're meeting all these people we worked with in the earlier part of the story. I am glad you have a good life on the source, my friend. So that's what the cannons look like. Made in a very Tural style. Okay, that's the end of the second day. Alright everyone, that will do it. So on day 3, we finished. You've done your part. Leave it to us to finish mounting the armor and cannons, and have yourself a hard-earned rest. Thank you all again for answering the call. No need to thanks now. Whenever you need help, just give us a holler. Indeed, we must all do our part when our nation is imperiled. Hear, hear. We love Tural and we love you, Vawuklamat. I love you all too. Your kindness and goodwill will not be in vain. This I promise. I really like this cutscene. Just having like these little moments of cooperation. Alright. Pavlika. Thanks again for all your help. Wouldn't have been able to finish so quickly without you. Go and rest up, friend. Won't be long before the train's ready. Ooh. Is like anybody here I can talk to? Despite his fatigue, there is undeniable air of satisfaction about Pavlika. From here on out, we won't stop working till the train's ready. If you have any preparations, now would be a good time to see them. The boarding call will come before you know it. Oh no, I'm ready. I am so ready. Wait for the engineers to finish working on the train. We are waiting. This is gonna be amazing. I wonder if it's gonna be a dungeon. Like traveling there. We're gonna get like a train dungeon.
Right, we're just about done with the modifications, but I have to stress that we cannot afford a test run.
Yes.
It's fine. We understand and accept the risks. We have faith in you and your craft. I'm sure everything will go to plan. With all the hard work everyone's put in, it couldn't be otherwise.
I mean, we're gonna be riding a bomb, but yeah. Sure. If it goes wrong, we won't know about it anyway. We'll be dead. So it's okay. All right.
Finished at last.
They did some good work decorating it as well. That is a horrifying
Behold,
face.
the pinnacle of locomotive engineering, the Dawn Blazer. Amazing!
Yep, she's been fitted with wooden armor and a crystal grounding rod to mitigate the effects of lightning. Naturally, we had to overhaul the engine so it can handle the extra weight.
I also had her outfitted with etheric cannons, the better to contend with enemy forces. And as they're modelled upon those used at the Crystarium, I can attest to their potency.
So, what do you reckon? Given the tight turnaround, I'd say we did a damn good job.
You exceeded every expectation, my dude. Yeah, let them try to stop us in this.
Glad she's to your liking. I hate to let go of such a beautiful piece of machinery, but I know you'll give her a proper send-off for us.
It's gonna be a very fiery death.
At the risk of spoiling the mood, we should probably get moving.
Yeah.
Yep. You won't get far if you let them pummel you from the air, but you'll be safe enough once you reach the tunnel.
In that case, I will conceal the train with a spell once everyone is on board. It should last long enough for us to reach the tunnel unnoticed.
Oh, thank you. Won't they notice the train popping out of existence, though?
Right. So everyone, are we ready?
The little ear wiggle Skraha has is just, oh, they're so cute.
We've done all we can. Rest is up to you.
I won't let you down.
Please don't die. He deserves a happy life. On at least one place. Right, let's do this.
Vanish.
Yeah, are they not gonna notice an entire train just popping out of existence? That's not gonna look shady at all.
At this speed, we should arrive at the dome in no time at all.
But not before we're spotted, I expect. Stay alert!
Okay.
Here we go.
Yep, there they are.
Stand fast, everyone.
Oh! I'm on that. Oh, I wish they would let me, though, like, control the cannon. I mean, we do have the mechanics for it, kinda, with the gold saucer. We have like a aim and shoot game.
Have care! They've switched to firearms!
So they did. They're kind of terrible shots. Oh, maybe they aren't aiming for us, they're aiming for the crystals. Also, fire is bad.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Jump!
Maybe we just leave one wagon behind. Yeah, okay. Don't fall off, Alice. I don't want to have to explain that kind of death to your brother.
Erenville, I need you to take over for me.
You can aim a gun, buddy. It'll be fine. Can't get away with not fighting forever. I am very surprised this is not an instance. This is a super cool cutscene, but it would probably have been a bit more fun being like playable, even if it hadn't been as extreme.
End of the line, everyone!
Okay. We're jumping off at a pretty high speed. Skedaddle, Lamati.
Stop it, little.
How did you die? Well, I was hit by a stick. Thrown by an angry lion lady. You know, knock knock. Hello, we're here. Like to speak to you about your extended warranty.
That was too close. Still alive, Erenville?
Mostly.
So, Erenville, is this where your village is meant to be? Okay, we really blew like a hole in the wall, so we should be able to go through.
At last, the enemy stronghold. We should hurry before they can regroup.
Yep.
Let's go and find out what's inside.
We now get a dungeon? Ah, okay. Vanguard. What do you say? The rest is up to you now. I can make my own way back, so don't worry about me. Take care and good luck. Are you gonna walk? Hope you'll stay safe. I'll remain out of sight until the fighting is over. At the risk of repeating myself, try not to do anything reckless. I make no promises. The idea of venturing into enemy territory is daunting, but I believe I'm ready, or as ready as I'll ever be. We have 4 people, but we only need 3. There's no way Suralja will be able to ignore our explosive entrance. No. Just a little further and we'll be inside the dome. We couldn't have made it this far without the train. Let's see if we go... Let's see to it we go the rest of the way. Okay, what are my options? Oh, Graha can be everything. Ah. Oh, you defaulted my instant portrait. Must have forgotten to update it. Ooh. Oh, it's like mechanical lizards. Let's do this. Aw, hate it when they do that. Vanguard is under attack. Vanguard is under attack. All units prepare for battle. Vanguard lepto something. Toshio? Okay, at least we're lucky with the ceruleum not, like, being right in our path. So look at the gate! At least I'm assuming this is a gate. One guard set 3. Combat mode activated. Intruder detected. Okay, so these are just machines. I was kind of expecting them to be, you know, persons? Like people in armor, but they talk like they're machines. Okay, enemy sighted. R7 sentries prepare to engage. R7. Could it be region 7 or like version 7? This is big. Why does this one here... Oh, it has the red light because it's open, while all the other ones are closed. Interesting. You can see one of the ships in there. Okay, R7 have bikes? That looks like it might be the first boss. Vanguard Commander R8. I'm guessing she will have similar mechanics to the guys we've seen so far. Initializing extermination protocol. Okay. That sounds reasonable. Okay. You wear the wing plate. Oh, yes. Kyle. Girls. Girls! You can't stand with me. You have to adjust with me. We have to adjust together in like different directions. Kyle. Don't. Oh, that was Vuglamat. Vuglamat, don't. Lamati, please. All of you. Why are you all so insistent on standing with me in bad spots? Alice, you had so much space to stand in. So much space, Alice. Entire field to stand in. You stand on me. I love you, but goddamn girl. Ooh, treasure. Fancy treasure. Vanguard Sabatons of Maiming. What do they look like? Ooh. That's like full-on techno stuff. Okay. Definitely not my style, but I respect it. Alert, alert. Intruder detected. Engaging defense turret. Carla is wondering like, why are you out of bed? We could be in bed right now, napping away. I'm like, yeah, it would be really nice. But at the same time, I want to play Final Fantasy. And I can't do that from bed. It's just, there's neither a TV nor a computer in the bedroom, so... Ooh. It's like we're going into like a nightclub, like in sci-fi game. Like, I would not be surprised to see this in Mass Effect. Very that kind of feeling. But it's not a nightclub, it is a storage facility. These places keep getting stranger and stranger. Yes, it does. And we go through more corridors. Ooh. Oh, you look big. Alice being top tier with the limit breaks. By the way, if you're a DPS and you perform like a good limit break on a boss or something, you're getting my commendation. Jesus! Can we? Oh, I'm having like bad flashbacks to that stupid sword and WoW. There was a fight with like a vampire guy in Shadowlands. And basically at one I need to assume on myself, but I can't. Oh, I'm doing stupid shit. Assume myself.
Try this. No holding back.
Don't stand next to her. Anyway, like at a certain point in the fight, the sword would, like his sword would attack you, like on its own. And I'm telling you, that's what the ground looked like. It was just a horrifying mixtures of just death. But yeah, that one was always like really difficult, though. Like I thought that was incredibly difficult, and then I started playing Final Fantasy, and I was like, oh, it could be so much worse. Okay, guys, we're gonna start. Not as soon. We're gonna start putting out some big stuff here. There we go. Everybody's feeling a little bit better. That's good I did that, because everybody started feeling a whole lot worse very quickly. Oh. That looks like a person. Does a serious breach should be allowed? But dance now. Sunder the Snake Skinner. We redeem our honor with your lives. Okay. On your knees? Oh, we're just going straight to the kneel situation. What is... Why are you doing that? Oh, just plain fire? Okay. Soralja will have her head on a pike. Oh. Soralja is gonna regret ever having messed with us. Main issue is just figuring out like how badly we're gonna be hurt before. Okay, move here. Don't stack with me. Don't. Okay. Good job. Proud of you. Very good. Because you all have a really bad habit of trying to stack with me, and I want you to stop that. Oh. How could you? Ah, there we go. He has the same thing as Sorolja has on his head. This thing here. I call him the soul of the serpent, the great devourer. Oh. I'll pay for the souls you made me waste this day. Okay. The soul... Oh, wrong ability. The souls we made you waste. Okay, okay, I get this. My brain isn't entirely happy with it, but it kind of makes sense. No one can survive the serpent's art. Ah, so now he does like the big damage and then lays down groundwork to do even more damage. What was that? Dude! Way backwards! What is this bullshit? I thought we had this figured out. You do it in front of you. Okay, shade shot. Okay, I'm not quite sure why he did them in front of him and then behind him, or if I just looked at it wrong the first times. Either way, dude's dead. Yay! Murder! And Kra is like, oh yeah, I'm here also. Okay, let's hear what everyone has to say and then take a look at this room. Yes, my Tetra has been enhanced. Now I can have 2 charges. It was more snake than man by the end. Yeah. A mechanical snake. Hello. Graha. Thank you. That was most unexpected transformation. Right, let's get moving. Sometimes you have to like now to see what's inside the dome. Yes, we'll check out that in a minute. Okay, so we have first of all a planet with places marked on it. Sadly, there are no other geographical features to tell us like what is what. But it's the same planet in like several places in the room from the looks of it. Well, 2 places, over there and over here. We have workstations here. I have like some graphs and stuff. Not quite close enough to them to see what they're saying. Definitely some graphs and stuff. That looks like a sonar. I don't think the sonar is detecting anything. Like dots again. These all have the same thing. Okay, I wonder what this is. Hush, hush, hush. Okay, that is... we came through here before. So this is just a security camera. Oh, we can see them closer here. Oh, look, square thing there. Almost looks like a QR code, but not quite. Yeah, it looks like they're like monitoring like a bunch of stuff. Oh, also treasure chest. Anything nice? Ooh, axe. Ooh, new axe for my warrior. I am also like my inventory is full of crap. I need to eat this. That works. I need to get to a vendor.
What greeted us was not the home that I had left behind. There was no mistaking we had reached Shaaloani, and yet it was wholly unlike my memories. The lands of my childhood had changed beyond imagining.
They're still there.
To where had I returned?
It looks like old.
We tread on. The darkened skies above a mirror to my heart, clouded with fear and uncertainty.
How bizarre. This cannot be Shaaloani, can it?
And there we have the big thing. Now, My theories were that the city, Solution 9, is on top of this. I still think so. We can't really see. Yeah, it goes even higher. This is Shaaloani? There was no sensation of passing into a different world. This couldn't be a reflection, could it? I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. What happened here? I was prepared for something strange, but this is like another world. I don't understand. I understand that wholeheartedly. Yay. Things keep getting stranger and stranger. Erenwell looks upon Shaaloani in disbelief. The land of Levin. If you don't know, Levin is just lightning. It's the land of lightning. It doesn't make sense. That tower, was it always there? No, definitely not. Nor the wall over there. The material's not something we used in Tural. It's closer to what we saw at the gate to the Golden City. Are those mechanical soldiers? Such a massive structure. Couldn't possibly have been built in so short of a time. Hvað? Komdu þá. Hi. Hello. And then I'm inclined to assume we've been transported to another location. Or perhaps... I think another location got ported over here. Well, speculations will avail us not. We need to learn more before we can draw a conclusion. Let's take a look around then. Yeah, I think like we are still in Shaaloani, but the stuff that was within the dome got transported here as well, and it just kind of plopped on top of other things, because we still see like definitive things from Shaaloani, like the rail, and that's a Turali Aetheryte. But obviously the wall is not. Oh, you guys are down there? Sorry, I thought you went to the town. I accidentally tried to skip ahead of you. This place is unnatural in a way I've never seen before. This place is isolated by the dome, yet the skies are heavy with thunderclouds. The air oversaturated with the lightning-aspected ether. I haven't seen anyone so far. I recognize the lay of the land. It's definitely Shaaloani, and yet it's not. It looks like a train station, doesn't it? That must be the Shaaloani station, where the passengers disembarked. Then perhaps we'll find someone to talk to there. Let's go in and investigate. Yeah, maybe we can find even Lamati's nursemaid. The thing is, I am pretty sure this place was not this damaged. I'm pretty sure this is Shaaloani station. But from the state of it, I swear it was abandoned years ago. I'm not sure what to make of this. We should look around a bit more. Does time move differently within the dome than without, like outside it? Aetheryte is of Tural design. Yeah. See some people around here. As in, like, players. It has fallen into total disrepair, almost as if it hasn't been used in decades. This is so crazy because we know it was used 3 days ago. Dilapidated building. The building is a rotten husk. It's clearly been many years since anyone lived here. But we know it was 3 days. I should attune. Oh, I already did. Amid enormous alien structures, we have more familiar sights like this station. Oh, I see a... either thing. You find the train turntable. The thick layer of rust suggests it hasn't been used in years. Years? Can I get into any of the houses? No. There is another Turali Aetheryte down there, and there we have lights. So it looks like that settlement down there is not abandoned yet. This is a water tower for trains, isn't it? Yeah. Not sure it holds water anymore, but I think so, yeah. Oh, Voglamat, what are your thoughts? I think this thing is broken. Yeah. I think all of this is broken. The tracks are heavily rusted. It would seem they've been haven't been tended to for a long while. That is so strange though. Also, are you a player? Are you a... Oh, this is the thing that's broken. Oh, look at its face. It was like cute eyes. Aww. It's amazing how much less threatening it looks like this than with the triangle. Finished poking around, have you? Let's gather everyone then. I want you all to take a look at this. We found an automaton. It's one of the mechanical soldiers, long since broken apparently. But I say its presence confirmed this is indeed Soraljar's domain we're in. What about the rest of you? Did you learn anything? So all evidence suggests this is Shaaloani Station. But like, decades from now, I guess. Aye. And I've no doubt we're in Shaaloani, but I don't understand why these buildings are so run down. They were completed barely a year ago. For new structures to deteriorate and enormous ones to appear in a flash, if I didn't know better, I would say time flows differently here. Yeah, that is concerning. And such a thing even possible? Yeah. We have encountered this phenomenon before, as it so happens. Though it may be difficult to believe, our world is but one of several. In some respect, they are similar to one another, but in others wholly different. We call them reflections. Simply put, the rift between dimensions causes time to flow at a different pace in each world. While hours pass in one, years may have come and gone in another. But if this is Shaaloani, then we should still be in the source. The flow of time should be synchronized. I'm not sure I follow all this talk of reflections and dimensions, but if Erimel says this is Shaaloani, then it must be. Your village is a little further along, right? Erenville. Yes, it's a short distance to the northwest. Let's head there next. Then, rather than talk theory, it's always better to confirm things firsthand. Indeed. Unless... Oh! May I be of assistance? Is still functioning? It doesn't seem hostile, at least. Perhaps we can ask it some questions? Can you tell us where we are? Unable to confirm credential. Please present citizen identification. Unable to confirm credential. Confirm. Seems it's broken after all. Too strange by have. Let's leave it be and get going. Are those lightning rods? They look like it, yeah. With power lines leading to the dome. If you accompany me for a moment, there is something I wish to investigate. It's like this area is powering whatever's up there. Hello. You don't want to talk to me? No. I guess I'm not citizen either. Maybe if we show Kryl to it. If Kryl is from this reflection, would he be counted as citizen? Or was he simply too young? What the hell is that? Yeah, that looks kind of alive. Look there. The lightning appears to draw onto those poles shaped structures over yonder. This design suggests there's some manner of lightning rods. Let's go and take a closer look. Sure. This material appears to be the same as used in the mechanical soldiers and warships. On closer inspection, it appears to bear fine etching, rather reminiscent of arcane runes, these. I suspect they're not merely decorative. I would posit it is used to harness lightning as a source of energy. Quite impressive technology. I'll share this observation with Jistola. For a blessing, the dome doesn't appear to interfere with link pearls. Thanks for accompanying me. Let's head to the village and find the others. So I think this is like where they get the power to here, and the city is on top of it. So Solution 9 is powered by basically electricity. That's kind of neat. I hope this is not Erenville's home village. Let's stay vigilant. Oh, Erenville. Oh no. It is. No sign of anyone. This is Erenville's village? What in the world? I'm so sorry, honey. It also looks long abandoned. Is this your home?
My home? It's in ruins. But why? What happened here? And where is everyone?
I had a look in a few of the other houses, but they had clearly been abandoned.
Damn it all. None of this makes sense.
Excuse me? Are you looking for someone?
Oh, it's her. I remember her from the attack. And also from the main artwork for the expansion. Her outfit is so pretty.
I apologize for giving you a fright. However, I did have reason to keep to the shadows. Sorolja has told me a great deal about you.
Sorolja?
Greetings, and welcome to the realm of Alexandria. I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
Alexandria?
Queen of Reason?
If you are the Queen of Reason, is there perhaps a...
Yes, if you mean to ask if there is a King of Resolve. Sorolja holds that title, and together do we reign.
Then you are both behind the attack on Tuliyollal.
Okay, let's calm down a bit.
And I doubt you're here to offer us a warm reception.
No, you have it all wrong. I am not come to fight. Sorolja rules alongside me, but that is a matter of expedience. In truth, we are at odds, he and I.
Oh?
It is at considerable risk to myself and my people that I come before you to beg your aid.
Our aid? I'll admit I cannot imagine King Sorolja is keen to share and share alike. But if what you say is true, you're still the Queen.
Indeed. But I was once the sole ruler of Alexandria. Until one day, he appeared, bent on conquest. In my weakness, I feared his power. So I persuaded him to forego violence and strike a bargain. I would remain queen, and he would receive technology that would empower him to achieve even loftier ambitions, along with the knowledge to use it. A gamble, to be sure, but if it might spare my people...
If I may, the dome surrounding these lands was erected but recently. How is it he was able to not only invade, but instate a new system of leadership in a mere matter of days?
For them it has been longer. Much longer.
I've never heard of your realm. And this place is, or at least was, Shaaloani. The house I grew up in is still here. But 3 years ago, that tower and these strange contrivances weren't. Nor was our village in ruins. Where did you come from? And what happened to the people who lived here? You must know!
There's writing on the back.
I realize how confusing this all must be. Truth be told, I don't fully understand it myself. What I can say is that one day, people from your Tuliyollal suddenly appeared here in Alexandria. Or perhaps it was we who found ourselves in Tuliyollal. Until but recently, we were completely unaware of events taking place beyond the barriers surrounding our realm.
Does this not remind you of the Crystal Tower? How after the 8th Umbral Calamity, we devised a means to transport the Spire across time and space from the source unto the First. Granted, this is on a much larger scale, if that is indeed what has happened. not only the people and structures, but also the surrounding environment. Regardless, the people of Lakeland perceived the arrival of the Crystal Tower much as the Queen describes her own experience. Sudden and inexplicable.
Well then, you appear to have a better grasp of our circumstances than we do. Indeed, more than I dared hope. In which case, a closer examination of the effects of this phenomenon may afford us more insights. Allow me to take you to the outskirts.
Okay, but can you like stand still for a minute so I can
live there as well.
read stuff?
Perhaps your acquaintances are among them.
Hold on. If we accept, there's no guarantee we're not walking into a trap.
But if we're to defeat Zorolja, we need to understand how he grew so strong. Besides...
You gotta find his mom.
Ah, you're right.
Queen Sphene, before we go, Your Majesty, I have to ask, did you really have nothing to do with the attack on Tulihyolal?
I saw her there.
Noble Wook Lamart, shall we dispense with the formalities? I'll not deny the soldiers and airships that attacked your people are products of Alexandria. But it was Zorolja, not we, who fashioned them into weapons of war and laid siege to Tulihyolal.
So he alone is to blame.
No, I may not have prosecuted this war, but I nevertheless bear responsibility for it.
Her and Kyle have a very
Perhaps.
similar voice.
I know next to nothing about you, let alone what you've been through. So by all means, show us around. I think we'll learn a lot from meeting your people.
Yeah.
Wonderful! If you would follow me.
Okay, please stand still. Isn't it a little odd for the Queen to be walking about on her lonesome?
Is that concern or suspicion?
Bit of both.
If things should take a turn for the worse, might I call upon your aid?
I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna let you get pummeled to death.
I jest, of course. But you do strike me as the most capable here.
Don't walk away! What do you say, Alice? I think it goes without saying, but we're not going to trust her just like that, right? Oh, hell no. Anyway, you look at it, a mysterious girl who appears out of nowhere proclaiming herself a queen is suspicious. Yeah. I mean, I don't trust her. I just don't think we have a lot of other leads at the moment. Alice is inclined to keep a close eye on the queen. Well, having established that we should be wary, we could use more information. So let's head to this place, the outskirts, and see what we can learn. Perhaps about Sphene as well. Yeah. Let me take a look around a bit. I want to see inside Erenwill's house. I haven't really seen what Shitona houses look like. There's like an upper floor. Is there nothing here? Oh, this upper floor is tiny. feel so sorry for him. This is just horrifying. Worst nightmare. To come home and everything you know is just gone. And even worse is like he doesn't even understand why. I think it would be easier if he could go like, yeah, a hurricane came and like destroyed things. At least you would understand like, okay, that's what happened. But here is just massive dome appeared and now things have aged several decades. Well, this took me a bit, but I have managed to look at the text. So we'll start with this one. This one simply says Queen Sveen Alexandros 14. So it's like XIV here. So Queen Sveen Alexandros 14. Things get a little bit more interesting as we reach her back. So this says service eternal. Many souls. Many souls, one heart, Alexandria. I don't think this is a real person. I think this might be a bot. So many souls, one heart, Alexandria. And they say like many souls, and the guy said like wasting souls. Could there be multiple souls in a singular person? I don't think this is a person. So I don't know yet why she has this written on her, but I think this is very interesting. Like I understand this, the Queen Alexandria, Queen Sveen Alexandria 14. But this. Because I think this is not on her clothes. I think this is written on her. That is weird. Anyway, let's hear what everybody has to say. It's a relief to see people here are well, at least. Yes. The innovation of Alexandria, nothing short of extraordinary. Oh yeah, by the way, if you don't know, Alexandria is the main town in Final Fantasy IX. We have also started hearing some Final Fantasy IX music. If you want to see me play through Final Fantasy IX, I am currently releasing a playthrough on my second channel. So maybe go check that out. It was a really fun to play through. Now, Erimil. Those brick buildings. I've seen the liking before, though I cannot remember where. Have you ever seen such strange contraption? I wonder what this one is used for. A most unusual farm, but the produce appears normal enough. Is it a farm? Oh yeah, it is. It is a farm. But I would like to see like people. You know. Erinvil's moms, preferably. I trust you have similar farming facilities in Tural. They're completely different from ours. I have no idea what all these machines do. We settled on this approach after some trial and error. The Turali have their own method of farming, which they wanted to continue employing. But the environment makes it challenging. There's too much rain and not enough light. Thankfully, the use of electrobes has allowed us to fortify the buildings here, as well as provide what nature cannot. Electro what? Electrobe. It's a material we use for myriad devices and applications. A topic for another time, perhaps. If you would follow me, we're nearly to the outskirt. Right? But yeah, from now on, expect me if I start spotting things that really remind me of 9, I will probably start mentioning them quite a bit. But like one fun fact, Solution 9 is actually one of the like very strong attacks in that game. Your characters can basically enter in something called trance, which is like a buffed up version of themselves. And the main character, Zidane, one of his like biggest attacks in that is Solution 9. That looks like a bunny. Oh, you have an interest in our farmland? I'll tell you anything you want to know. You have one of these things on your head. Tell me about yourself. Oh, you want to know about me? That's not much to tell. I'm your piscina. I always had a fondness for growing things. I've gotten quite good at cooking various types of produce. I can also tell how fresh vegetables are just by looking at them. What kind of place is this? This is Upei's Halo, an important part of life here in the outskirts. I work alongside Cholachi, who runs this place, and we cultivate a variety of vegetables here. With the help of electro technology, we make the most of what the land has to offer, and support those who call this place home. They also grow produce in FFxiv, but it's not the same as the plants originally from Tural. This farmland is mainly used to cultivate Turali vegetables, using traditional methods. We even have, like, these guys here. It's a relief to see people here as well. Hopefully the same can be said for everyone in Shaaloani. It's a rather lively settlement, isn't it? In defiance of this ceaseless gloom, almost. Yeah. Like the weather is just umbral static. Hey, oh, wrong person. Hey, Gra. It's fascinating how they combine traditional bricklaying with electro-based engineering. A curious blend of two cultures. I'll admit, I've seen nothing particularly suspicious yet. This is a Tonafta village, or at least it was before the dome and these strange contraptions.
Here we are.
I feel like this is Final
Though you'll
Fantasy
doubtless
IX music.
find much of what you see in Alexandria strange, the traditional agriculture practiced in this village at least should be familiar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, FF9 music playing right now. I don't like that they all have this weird thing on their head.
Queen Sphene? What business brings her here, I wonder?
The Queen has come!
Oh.
You look well, Paquine. And Katonye, I see you've already taken to your new position.
When she introduced herself as queen, I was expecting someone colder. Honestly, she reminds me of you, Lamachi.
It kinda does.
Me?
It's only natural for a ruler to love her people. And I should like to know them as best I can, even the most trifling details.
The more you come to know them, the more you grow to love them. Who they are and what they've built.
That's it. Beautifully put.
She still feels extremely wrong. I don't trust her.
And it would appear that she is well loved in turn.
Your Majesty, you honor us with your presence. And who are these fine people?
Tuliolol's vow of resolve Wuk-Lamat and her companions.
Hello.
They come from beyond the barrier, but you needn't worry. They are good people and are to be treated as my honored guests.
The rumors of a link to the outside are true, then. Wuk-Lamat is still so young.
Time has passed.
Oh, where are my manners? I am Popone, a leader of sorts of the people living out here.
Popone? That is a Tonawautan ring to it.
Right you are.
I take it you hail from this region as well? Teshpiani, perhaps?
Yes, I do. I don't suppose you know a woman by the name of FFxiv?
FFxiv?
Please let her be alive.
I'm afraid I'm not sure if I've ever met someone with that name.
Shoot.
Oh. Mother isn't here. But it's a relief to know at least some of the people of Shaaloani are alive and well.
Your mother, you say? Now that you mention it, I do see the resemblance.
Lady, you freak me out.
You know my mother?
I do. Yes.
Then tell me, please, where is she?
I cannot say. Not here, but I promise I will in due time.
Something about the guard.
I have a question, Pepone. Do you recall what happened the day the dome first appeared?
The barrier? Well,
Were you a kid?
I remember fixing a shelf that had collapsed after a terrible earthquake. Then the ground began to tremble. There was a brilliant flash of light, and then... Forgive me, my recollection of it all is rather poor.
You needn't push yourself, Pepone. After 30 years, no one could blame you for not remembering.
30 years? As in 30 years in the past?
Yep.
Absurd though it may sound, there is no doubt in my mind the events that led to the joining of our lands occurred 30 years ago. Which is not to say I understand why our perceptions of the intervening time are so radically different. We only just became aware of the discrepancy when Zoraljar's military base was completed, and we were at last able to venture beyond the barrier.
So 10 years here is like one day in our world. That's why he was so different.
You long dead. To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
"30 years. Little wonder Zoralja assumed our father had already passed away.
It's not unlike how time passes differently in the First and the Source. The fluctuating space of the rift between them disrupting temporal equivalence. Perhaps the same holds true here, and time flowed faster within the dome.
Meaning this is a piece of another reflection?
I cannot say for certain, but I strongly suspect that to be the case.
No, it's just a matter of which.
And based on the Queen's account, this encampment may have come to serve as a physical bridge between the two planes, after which the dome was forced into the Source's temporal flow.
If we're to be certain of anything, we need more information. Sphene, would it be all right if we had a look around and spoke with the townspeople?
By all means.
Time to see what we can see of Alexandria, then.
Mm-hmm.
And its people. I may yet find familiar faces among the survivors from Shaaloani.
Yeah, they'll just be 30 years older.
Even if I don't understand the half of it, I would learn more of this place before we confront Zorolja.
Good idea.
Perhaps you'd care to see how we make our living.
Sure.
Though we have always prided ourselves on the use of traditional Tonawatan farming methods, the use of electro-fueled technologies has led to countless agricultural innovations.
I would join you as well.
Ma'am, please, you needn't trouble yourself.
It's no trouble at all. And I promise not to cause any manner of distraction.
Reassuring words, or they would be had I not heard them countless times before. Very well, but do be careful.
I guess.
Of course.
Well, she is just a walking
I shall proceed
distraction.
with the utmost care. Now then, if you two would follow me, we can begin the tour.
Okay.
I can't say that I trust her yet, but I trust that her affection for these people is genuine, and that's enough for me.
That's something. This is like, come along. Okay, here we found the lure person. Welcome to the outskirts. We don't have much to offer, but make yourself at home. Tell me about yourself. The name is Wehoakwe, and I've lived in Shaaloani since before the whole hula baloo all those years ago. I make my way raising livestock, but I hurt my back while carrying a bag of feed. These days I spend more time looking after myself than the animals. What kind of place is this? Well, as the name implies, the outskirts is just what we call the land outside of FFxiv. I suppose we only started calling it that after the dome appeared. It's home to folk who just wanted to live off the land, folk like me. Having said that, things sure have changed over the years. Now we get all kinds of new technology, for better or worse. Touring farmlands with the queen of another nation is not how I expected to spend my day. Nope, me neither. Electro has done much to improve the efficiency of their farming, but hasn't replaced everything. The people wanted to preserve their old way of life, and we did not want to force ours upon them. You went to such lengths so that our culture could coexist, even going so far as to learn our tongue. I'm sure everyone appreciates that. Communication was thankfully not an issue, for the Turali tongue is surprisingly similar to Alexandrian. Of course, there are words and phrases for which there is no equivalent, but those can be taught with minimum effort. Though mutual respect, understanding and patience, we Alexandrians and Turali have learned a great deal from one another. And I'm sure there is much you wish to learn as well. So please, if you have questions, do not hesitate to ask. A day in the life. Sveen is eager to show you around. Rather than bore you with a lengthy explanation, let's head back to the farm we passed earlier. Yuppie's Hollow, it's called. We can speak with one of the farmers when we arrive. Alright. I guess we're off to Yuppie's Halo. I want to get into the Solution 9 though. This is the place. What do you suppose they keep inside this building? Don't know. Here we are. I'm sure you'll learn a great deal from workers here. Hopefully. Allow me to introduce you to Mahusa, one of the most experienced farmhands in all of Alexandria. Still well versed in myriad farming techniques. Indeed, the wealth of knowledge he has shared with the other farmers is what has allowed this place to flourish. Queen Sveen, to what do I owe the sudden shower of praise? My apologies for the interruption. I come with guests from beyond the barrier. They wish to learn more of Alexandria, and so I invited them to see how our crops have grown. I do hope that's all right. So the rumors of visitors from the outside are true? What manner of host would we be to deny them a look around? And I gather your majesty also intends to check on things here? You know me too well, Mahusha. I thought to seize this opportunity to see how the farmers fare, and perhaps pepper them with a few questions. Though I do so enjoy observing and taking part in the work too. It would appear we have her permission, so please walk around the ground to your heart's content. You go on ahead, I'll keep Sveen company. I like Sveen's shoes. Like the design of them. I would like shoes like that. Like the shape. Don't misunderstand. I'm not the suspicious type, but given our position, it would make sense for us to go around together. What do you say? Fair point, but be sure not to let me out of your sight. I shall remain under Vuklama's watchful eye. Pray come find us after you've seen your fill and spoke with them, with the other farmhands. Nothing like I expected this character to be. My duties here are quite varied, despite being merely a farmer. We all have to do our part if we're to prosper. Yeah. Don't have like the ominous ass music in this place. Looking at farming locations, but also like music of evil. Hello, Elias. Light levels appear to be fine. As for the power source... wish to know about my job? I tend to the fields, mostly, watering the crops, keeping the soil fertile, and so on. I'll admit, it admittedly took some time until I fully understood how best to carry out my duties. I also manage the lamps we use in the fields. We do our best to keep everything up to code, but should they ever start to malfunction, it's up to me to fix them. The land and sky being what they are, ensuring a rich harvest makes for constant work. But honestly, I enjoy how involved the process is. Both my parents being Alexandrian, I didn't grow up knowing much of anything about farming. Every day is an opportunity to learn and grow. So his family is from here. Interesting. Hello? Oh, an unfamiliar face. I gather this is your first time on site then? Yeah, we come from outside the barrier. Well, this here is a storehouse, or rather the entrance. The real storehouse is on the ground, much more spacious, and equipped with temperature regulation system to keep the harvest from spoiling. Since the entrance is so small, it must be easier to prevent wild beasts from wandering inside, which also makes it a viable facility for breeding and raising livestock. We even got a few beds down there for emergencies. My parents often complained about how Alexandrian technology and electro complicated our lives. But it's just a matter of learning how things work. Took my job, for instance, I'm presently overseeing the storage of harvested crops. They'll be taken up to the tower for processing, and from there find their way to every dining table in Alexandria. The work is hard, I'll not deny it, but I take great satisfaction in what we do. You seem happy. That's good. I don't think I would thrive very well in a place with this much lightning. But I guess if you grow up in it especially, you get used to it with time. I mean, even the animals seem pretty chill about it. They're saying that you and yours are visited from beyond the barrier. That's true. Indeed. So it is. This means we're connected to the outside world again. Not that I've desired to leave, mind you. I'm quite content with life here in Alexandria. But setting that aside, you're here to observe our work, right? As you can see, I'm in charge of livestock. Here at Yupis Hollow, we produce not only fruits and vegetables, but also meat, poultry, and eggs. Tending the animals is an absolute joy, but I have to be careful not to grow attached. It's always a little sad when they're shipped off, but a job is a job. Well, I need to get back to it, but it was nice talking to you. Please give my regards to the Queen. It's a shame Khan are not here to see all the bizarre contraptions. Yeah, I think you would love this. I see. Don't be too hard on yourself. Anyone would be hard-pressed to deal with such a thing. Oh, welcome back. My apologies for failing to notice your return. Don't worry, I'm tiny. I gather you've had your fill of speaking with the farmers? Then let us return to Mahusa. I want to know what the deal is on their head. Because that's what we saw bring like 2 people back to life so far. Was this just plain weird? Well, what are your impressions of the farm? I was amazed that everyone loves their work. You seem very happy. A curious observation. Do you not love your own work? Oh, but yes. It's true that people of the outskirts seem the most fulfilled always. Always they take to their duties with good cheer. And what did you think of your little tour, Lamity? What did you call me? Was that inappropriate? My apologies, I heard the others call you that by that name, and I thought... No, it's fine. As you said before, we have no need for titles and formalities. As for my thoughts, I was very impressed. The machine could be used to overcome so harsh of an environment is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. The feeling is understandable indeed. Many still find the machines behind me baffling. It's a system that controls the distribution of water for the fields and livestock. It's been acting up lately, though. Acting up, you say? You needn't worry, my queen. It happens fairly often. But simply it is taking in water that has a strong lightning charge. We think some creature have become charged up with energy and they're releasing it into the river we use as a source. My system would return to normal if the creatures were dealt with, but I'm reluctant to beg it of the army. I can do it. We could take care of it if you'd like. The most gracious of you to offer, but it's too dangerous. Oh no, we kill all sorts of things. Oh, it's no trouble for the vow of resolve of Tuliolal. Regardless of how a relationship between our nations may develop, if there are people in need, I want to help. Simple as that. And Malisity is even stronger than I am. It shouldn't take us long at all. Then, very well. I gratefully accept, but please take care. I love the little details on her dress. This ought to go even faster if you and I search for Lightning Pierce fiends on our own. Good hunting. I'm on it. It's really nice to see the new graphic updates with like the little details in her dress, like the lace and the texture around it and such. It's just lovely. Okay, I need to find animals that are lightning charged, and I need to kill them. Maybe I should not stand in the water while looking for lightning charged things. Like, I know it won't harm me, but at the same time, it just feels a little bit uncomfy, you know? Just nuke you with light. Okay, I'm back after killing those critters. Is Lamity back? Ah, you're both alright, thank goodness. You really needn't have worried so much. We barely broke a sweat dealing with the fiends. They're all gone now. Of course I was worried. You're my dear guest. But thank you. We truly appreciate this. Indeed, with this we won't have to ask Zoral machines for help. He's been making a concerted effort to bolster his forces, sparing but a fraction for the people's protection. He thinks nothing of our safety, unlike Queen Sphene. That's enough, Mahusa. If you have grievances, I will hear them later, but to speak of the king now... No, she's right. He's never been one to look after his people. Anyway, thanks for letting us tour the farm. The folk here are delightful, and it's a pleasure to meet them. You couldn't have favored us with more uplifting words. My people are my pride and joy. And you never fail to let us know, nor how much you care. Of course, you're my precious family, all of you. I don't know, it's a little bit too sweet. You seem a good sort, Sphene. That I'll admit. But you'll forgive me if I'm not ready to lower the guard for the enemy queen just yet. For you to be called that, I dread to imagine what villain your majesty has committed. Come now, it's no laughing matter. A ruler is responsible for the welfare of countless lives, and one wrong decision can lead to untold suffering. Failure is unconscionable. Now I believe we're done with the farm. Let's move on, shall we? Uh-huh. Zoral, you bastard. My apologies for laughing earlier. Your friend painted an image so far removed from the Sphene we know, I couldn't help myself. On the cloud, Sphene would take you back to the outskirts. Perhaps we should head back to the outskirts. I dare say your friends will also have returned by now. My thanks for dealing with the fiends. Come and visit us anytime. Uh-huh. I don't know. I don't quite trust her. She comes off as like a wonderful person, and I hope she is a wonderful person, but at the same time, there's something not quite right. There is so much of Alexandria I would love to show you. Do you hear that? I don't know. Do I hear something? Why is everyone running?
What's happening over there?
It's nearly time.
Time for what?
I'm glad you could make it.
Are you with us?
Queen Sphene has come to see you.
We're here, Namika. Everything is going to be all right.
Namika. She still has the bracelet.
Oh,
What's the matter, dear?
It can't be. That's the bangle I gave to Namika.
You know her?
Of course I know her. She was like a mother to me.
I see. She was always willing to lend a kindly ear to others, but rarely did she ever speak of herself.
Is it really you?
She must have arrived shortly before the barrier manifested. For us, it was perhaps days, but for her...
30
Namika,
years.
it's me! Wuklamat!
I'm afraid her time with us is nearly at an end.
Has she no more soul cells?
She always used hers sparingly, but at her age, it wouldn't make a difference.
Soul cells?
Ma'am, the ushers have arrived.
Thank you, Namika, for your many years of friendship. Take comfort in the knowledge that this is not the end. Be not afraid. Your memory will live on.
Crown is glowing.
In us.
Living on in memory. The giants share a similar belief.
Wait, where are you taking her?
Worry not. She is being escorted to a medical facility in the tower. There we will ease her burden. I had hoped to make arrangements for her sooner, but she wished to remain here for as long as possible. I could not bring myself to refuse her.
She did something that makes her headpiece now glow, like pulsate.
Is there any way I might stay with her for a little while longer?
Can we come with you?
We may not share the same blood, but she was my mother. Please.
Let us give them some time alone.
No.
She didn't speak, but I'm grateful that I could be with her at the end. Thank you.
It's not the end.
Hmm?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that we have much to discuss. Where shall we begin?
With what we can be reasonably certain of, perhaps. Between what we have witnessed and the testimony of Alexandria's inhabitants, it's safe to say that two distinct lands have indeed become one. What's more, having met Namika, there is no denying the divergence in the passage of time. Taken together, these phenomena strongly suggest that some manner of cross-rift displacement has occurred. Specifically, the displacement of Alexandria from another reflection to the source.
It does seem the most likely explanation.
But why and how?
What perplexes me, however, is the scale of said displacement. It far exceeds what could conceivably be achieved with a Void Gate, or even with the Crystal Tower. In essence, we are dealing with a localized instance of dimensional compression. The Ascians would no doubt liken it to a rejoining. Which invites the question, how was such a feat accomplished?
I wish that I had an answer for you, but this talk of reflections and dimensions is well beyond my understanding.
I know there were theories about her maybe being an Ascian.
I can only tell you that we lived peacefully under the barrier's protection for many, many years. Until the day that peace was suddenly broken.
How so?
If I may clarify, the barrier predates Alexandria's displacement.
By several hundred years, yes. To when the continent we call home was ravaged by a devastating cataclysm. The barrier was erected to isolate us from the surrounding land's innocuous influence.
I see. And it was only later that it was whisked away, along with its contents, by means unknown.
In other words, Sphene's as lost as the rest of us, right? The Alexandrians didn't mean to end up in Tural.
But of course, our next stop ought to be Everkeep. That tower over yonder.
No.
Once you have been registered as my guests, you will have access to Solution 9 and its residential district, where you will doubtless gain invaluable insight into Alexandria's state of affairs. Unfortunately, I cannot take you directly to where Zoraljar resides.
That you'd let us in it all goes a long way toward proving you're not content to let Zoraljar do as he pleases. But we're not talking about a simple difference of opinion here. I've come to avenge my father. And to do so, I intend to take Zoraljar's life. Are you willing to stand by and allow Alexandria's king to be slain?
A fair question. Permit me to answer it thus. My people come first. Their welfare is paramount. I will do everything in my power to keep them from harm. It is a ruler's duty. Now, I am off to register you at Everkeep. It may take some time, but you shall find the entrance open to you in due course.
All right.
Oh, and ere I forget, your mother, Kafkiwa, you might try the Thunder Yards to the east.
Thunder Yards to the east. Noted.
The Thunder Yards? Is that where she is?
I'm afraid I can say no more than that. Make for the Thunder Yards, and all will be made clear.
What are the Thunder Yards? Huh.
It's not as if we have other pressing business. Not until we can get into this Everkeep, anyway.
His thing was doing something weird.
Thank you for earlier. And for being a friend to Namika these past 30 years. It means a lot to me.
Namika? I'm sorry, but I don't know who you mean.
What do you mean?
What? We were just with her. If this is some sort of a joke, it isn't funny.
I don't mean to give offense, but I honestly have no idea who you are talking about. I'm sorry.
How can you not know who she is? You're in charge here. She was under your care.
Then in all likelihood, my memories of her have been stored in the cloud.
What? Is that what the
Any
thing was
person
doing?
seemingly forgotten without reason is probably there, in the cloud. Oh, I really must be getting back to work. If you'll excuse me.
That became extremely shady. I'm guessing that's the cloud. But why would it, like, wipe their memories of the person instead of just taking copies of them? This is very unsettling. Yeah! I'll see how it is with other people. As far as I could tell, Pia Payne genuinely had no recollection of Namika. Never seen nor heard of anything like this before. No, this is creepy. What's going on? How could Pia Payne suddenly forget about Namika? As if he never knew her. Could the same thing have happened to others as well, I wonder? There's only one way to find out. Let's make inquiries about Namika in the area. We can reconvene after the Aetheryte. Hello, do you know Namika? An old woman named Namika. I'm afraid I don't know that person. I'm sorry, I couldn't be of help. Oh, that's the woman that was with her. Huh? I do recall caring for someone until recently. And you say that it was this woman Namika? Well, I can't say for certain it was her. I wouldn't worry. I'm sure she's just been taken up to the cloud. And everyone is just okay. That as soon as somebody's taken to this cloud, they just forget about their existence. What to do? Do I know an Namika? Never met anyone by the name, and I've worked at the outskirts for a good while now. If she spent time here, I would remember. Yeah. And Namika was somebody who would listen to people's problems, and that's so dark. As soon as people are taken away here, they're just wiped from everyone's memory. So it was the same for everyone. Not a single person remembers Namika. It is as if the memory of her has been purged from their minds. But such a thing might be done with magic. To alter memories of so many at once would be a tremendous undertaking. You would have felt surge of ether corresponding to the act, too. And I sensed none in that moment. Neither did I. But I did notice something else. Right before Peepon seemingly forgot, a light in the device of his head began to blink. Could there be a connection? Someone also says something about soul cells. But who might we ask about this? If we continue making such inquiries, I expect we would only cause confusion. Indeed, if we can't readily solve the mystery about Namika, perhaps we could search for Kakina instead? Sveen said try the Thunder Yards. It should be in this direction. Then let's go there. Hopefully we find his mom alive. Why was there like a robot with a face there watching us? What is this? Oh my gosh. Impossible. We're so tiny. Huh? Another kind of mechanical soldier. It looks dangerous. We better destroy it. No. What? No, we don't need to kill it. It looks harmless. Should we give chase? I mean, we're going in that direction anyway. I think I understood her words. It might be worth asking you some questions. Erinwell, are you alright? Look like you've seen a ghost. It's nothing. I'm fine. No. Well, I went off in the direction we're headed anyway, so let's try to track it down. It looked so cute. But it was like Erinwell recognized it somehow. The voice. Could it be... Please tell me that wasn't the voice of your mom. In the robot. Because that would be alarming. Oh, there it is. Hello? Can we make friends? I am friendly. You found it? Yeah, it headed towards a cave. To the northeast. Then it must be bound for the mines. Come on then. It could well be a trap, so let's not rush in too quickly. My neighbor's dog is like howling. He's a very, very vocal guy. I think it's safe to assume it went into the mines. An old coal mine. It appears to have been long since abandoned, like so many other places. I mean, they don't really use coal here. The stones in those crates, could it be turquoise? So it went in there. Very well. Was that the sound of your mom? Is that what you heard? I heard faint voices coming from inside. So it's not alone. But we're still going in, of course. This may be a trap. Be ready for a fight, everyone. It would appear no one has worked in those tunnels in quite some time. I'm not worried. We've had to improvise countless times before, after all. True. A device made with electrope. It seems to be the only one here. This tunnel just keeps on going. Are we maybe going in there then? I can hear them. Several people up ahead. I can't make out the conversation with the echoing. Let's keep going. Stay on your guard. People seem to live here. Where's the robot? Hello.
What is this?
Erinville!
Oh shoot.
A trap?
It really is you!
Huh?
His mom.
Who?
I just had to get a look at you in the light. I can still hardly believe my eyes. But it is you, my darling Elderspiel!
My darling, what now?
My dude, your mother has become a robot.
Oh, it's so good to see you, my fussy little bun. What are you doing here? What brings you all this way?
Fussy little bun.
Why the long face? Aren't you happy to see me after all this time?
He's struggling to
No,
process.
that laugh anywhere. Mother?
Wait. Since when was your mother a weird, floating thing?
And what have we here? Say, aren't you Galul Jaja's kitten? I knew I recognized that adorable fuzzy face. Elderspiel was always so excited whenever you invited him over to play. You remember me, I hope?
I can't say that I do, but you know my father?
Appearances notwithstanding, it would seem this is my mother, FFxiv.
Hey, FFxiv.
I'm sorry?
Oh, this won't do. Come in! Friends of my Elderspiel are always welcome.
Elderspiel is how it's pronounced.
All I ask
Elderspiel.
is a little forewarning, but no.
Don't worry, we're just as confused. If not more.
Just when I thought I was starting to get a handle on this place. How are things still getting stranger?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I can't say I understand what's going on, but at least Kakuna is safe. What's with the music here? Sounds off. The Elegance had a machine that could be controlled remotely. Is he using something similar to communicate with us? At this point, I doubt anything could possibly surprise me. Erwin's mother is a floating machine, right? That makes about as much sense as everything else thus far. Yeah. Hello? Hello? As far as I can tell, this is indeed my mother. I can't think of few people in the world quite so spirited. But as to what happened, we'll need to ask her. Yeah. Gone and forgotten. Eremil is conflicted by his long-fated reunion. Let's hear what he has to say. Yeah, we have questions. Oh, everybody has like a hot drink and everything. It's so wonderful to meet you all. And the students of Baldesion? It's been a while since I heard that name. There is the reason for your appearance. No, this is just a body that I control remotely. I use it for our operations. Okay. So where are you? We're members of resistant organizations, Oblivion. We call ourselves, and our goal is to thwart Zoralja's ambition for conquest. As the leader, I'm prudent that I remain where I can't easily be found. I see. Whimsical appearances notwithstanding. Yours is a serious cause. Right you are. Though, truth be told, Oblivion was founded for an altogether different purpose. And that is? As I expect you've already noticed, everything you see within this dome, the buildings, the people, the very earth beneath our feet is fusing of two worlds. Stopping such a fusion was Oblivion's original mission. Then does that mean you know who or what is responsible for it? I'm afraid not. It was a long time ago and our mission statement has become more of a legend that passed down to members. By the time we joined, our sole objective was stopping Zoralja. But we failed to do that, and now he's taken his army outside the dome. Well, that brought us in here. That's kind of positive. None of you wear those strange devices on your head. Does it have something to do with your work? Yeah, that thing. You mean this? It's a regulator, the pinnacle of electro technology, and that we don't wear is indeed related to our operation. What exactly does it do? Allow me to explain. Regulators have two primary functions. The first, as the name suggests, is to regulate the various reserves of souls. Should they die, the regulator expends a soul to bring them back to life. Reserve? I mean, people walk around carrying spare souls. They do. Souls are packaged in cells and they can be used to replenish the life force that is lost due to sudden death, such as in an accident. They do nothing for those who die of old age, though. Ah. The distribution of soul cells is based on one's work evaluation to encourage exemplary performance when fulfilling their duties. Souls is a common resource and payment for a service rendered. That is creepy. What about the original owners of the souls? The voids and practice of consuming others from their ether comes to mind, and similarly, I expect that the act comes with some risk. I mean, they kind of would lose themselves. Doesn't it dilute your sense of self? That is prevented through memory management, a process in which regulators also play a role. Memory management? Then the reason everyone has forgotten Amika's existence. The regulators are constantly recording the memories of their wearer, so if they should suddenly die, their memories can be refreshed as a part of the restoration process. This is how they preserve one's identity and sense of self. However, the regulator are also triggered when someone else dies. The reason being is that the regulator forcibly extract memories relating to the deceased from anyone wearing one. Why would they do such a thing? It's a kindness bestowed upon the people of the Everkeep core system, so that no one has to suffer the pain of loss. No, I hate that. So this is what it means by their memories being in the cloud. Indeed, all memories of deceased are wiped from the mind of the people and archived in the system. Is a frightening function of the regulators, and an integral step in soul cell production. You see, when a person dies of natural causes, their soul is temporarily housed within the regulator. Is then delivered to a facility where memories are separated from the soul. The result is a fresh soul cell, free of impurities, ready for distribution and consumption. I don't like that. Meanwhile, the memories are stored in the core system to be remembered forever. And this is why people are happy here? On its surface, it's similar to the FFxiv philosophy, but I see nothing noble or comforting in it. Well, it doesn't seem so terrible to me personally. All comes down to what you used to do, I suppose. But you don't wear the thing. Like the barrier encasing Alexandria. The system was created to overcome the calamity that transformed the world hundreds of years ago. Amidst the mourning death toll, scientists used Electro to devise a means to save what lives they could so the nation could endure. So I'm guessing this is the calamity of lightning world. I understand that the people of Alexandria did what they believed was best to save their people. I just find it hard to believe that Turali would accept this way of living. It came as a shock to us as well. In fact, a great many were opposed to it. Which is why the use of regulators was never compulsory. The people have always been free to go without them if they so wish. Svín didn't strike me as the sort of ruler to impose her will on others. So you're already met? She's the one who suggested we come to the Thunderyard in the first place. She also said she wanted to help us stop Zoral Ja. Awfully kind of her to point you in my direction, and to speak so candidly as well. Whatever her motives, she has given the people a choice. Live with the risk of true death or the security of the regulators. Everything that lives must someday die. That's the natural order of things. Quite right, but however you feel about them, it would be easier to understand what the regulators are capable of if you saw it for yourself. I know just a person to show you, and as luck would have it, they should be starting work right about now. Who are we going to see exactly? Come with me and you'll find out. This feels uncomfy. Here we are outside. What does he intend to show us? To alter the memories of the populace with such precision is no small feat. I'm sorry, but I just can't accept the idea of using souls as a resource. Yeah. But that was kind of the thing in Final Fantasy IX, is like Alexandria was run on soul, the mist there was souls. People just didn't know it. We're to see how the regulators work, but how? So those regulators are to blame for everyone forgetting Namika, for forgetting what a wonderful person she was? Everyone here? Good. It's the responsibility of the Thunderyard Hunter to fell any fiend found wandering the area. We're to meet an acquaintance of mine, Strika, one of these hunters. I feel the whole forgetting somebody, that is what I find most horrifying. Loss is incredibly painful. And sometimes I wished I could forget for a bit, just so it wouldn't hurt anymore, but at the same time, I can't imagine forgetting the people, forgetting those I've lost, because then I wouldn't have all of our memories, all the wonderful times we spent together, all the great things they talked about, the silly moments. It's just not right. Given the opportunity, I should very much like to study Electrope on behalf of the students. While I'm not blind to the potential benefit of those regulators, the risk inherent in giving another party the power to alter your memories cannot be overstated. Never mind the ethical consideration of using souls in such a fashion. Also, what says that there's nothing that says they aren't altering some other memories as well? What do you think is in the box? I'm guessing food? Judging by his name, I take this facility is for gathering lightning energy? Let's get it over with. Strika will show up what life can be like wearing a regulator. Hello, Strika. How does this work? Kakia, what are you doing here? I'm with so many friends. Apologies for interrupting, but I was hoping they might observe you at your work. Hunting, you mean? That's fine, I guess. Hold on, I assumed they were wearing special regulators like Queen Spheen's crown, but they aren't wearing anything at all. So Queen Spheen's crown is the regulator on her. But I think she uses it maybe to control. It's much too dangerous to be here without one. What if they're struck by lightning or attacked by a beast? I can assure you they're all quite capable of looking after themselves. If anything should go amiss, I will take full responsibility. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Danger aside, there isn't really much to see. Akina said you're a hunter, but wouldn't it be easier for those mechanical soldiers to guard the place? It would, if not for the fact that they're weak to lightning. The Thunderyard being what it is, they've been ordered to steer clear. Some good they are, eh? But the facilities are vital to the upkeep of Alexandria's infrastructure, so it falls to the hunters like me to deal with any fiends. Given the danger, we're well compensated for our work. It's a perfect profession for anyone looking to build up savings. The special selection of souls for hunters isn't terrible either. A special selection? I brought this lot here to see the danger you speak of, if not too much trouble to ask. Of course, in this case, I'd be ashamed to waste my effort on just any old beast. You all can handle yourselves in a fight, right? If you cause a ruckus slaying what creature you see nearby, there's a chance you'll draw something worthy of demonstration. Alright, So kill things until something big shows up. Is the goal here to see her die? I'm not sure I understand. But I suppose we should each slay what we can. My fussy little bun was never any good at fighting, and the body of mine isn't suited to it either. We'll leave it to work in your capable hands. I'm afraid I must leave the fighting to you. Yeah. Stay and chat with your mom. I think that's gonna be good for you. We're gonna go see how this thing works. Why, though, like the special selection of souls? What does that mean? Oh, there it is. There's like one eye. That looks really weird. Do you need help? This one will do nicely. We'll help you. It's fine, really. I faced worse. Just watch. I don't like the look of this. Let us help. Oh no. Look out! Ugh. Preserve. She needs healing. Hello. That was embarrassing. The bastard caught me off guard. Are you mad? Seriously, let us help. I told you not to worry. This will only take a moment. I don't think she needs help. Just like Soralja. Indeed. Come on, let's get out of here. That's also a function of the regulator? Seems to be. Please tell me they aren't like consuming souls to do that. Like you're messing up the natural order of the star. If you're doing that. I think I understand now how Soralja was able to return from the dead and defeat Papa. But I'm not sure what we saw at the end there. As soon as the regulator turned red, it was as if you were possessed. Your movements became beast-like. Don't tell me you empowered yourself with the soul of a beast? I'm reminded of the serpentine soldier we encountered at Vanguard who did the same. So you crossed paths with one of the king's elite. Such a form can only be achieved from gorging yourself on souls. We could do the same in theory, but it's incredibly dangerous. Besides, it's not as if they allow hunters to carry that many souls to begin with. How many souls did you eat for this? Well, I should be getting back to work. Take care. Yep, see, just 8 souls to do this. And there you have it. The regulators can be loaded with 2 kinds of souls. Those of people and those of beasts. The souls of people can be used to grant the user preternatural strength. Naturally, they can also be used to ensure no one suffers an untimely death. And what about the souls of beasts? They work much in the same fashion, imbuing you the strength of the chosen animal. If, for example, you used the soul of a wolf, you would grow more agile and feral, as you saw with Strika. Also, she used the wolf one. Using several of the same type at once, however, would result in physical changes. Your teeth might become fangs, your nails claws. Too many, and you become more beast than man. Changing one form through the soul of other beings. It becomes more and more reminiscent of Voidsent. Yeah, it does. Yet unlike the Void, where the cycle of death and rebirth is simply broken, souls here are forcibly taken before they might reach the ethereal sea. Different means to achieve similar ends. A cycle to which all within the dome are bound. And eventually all outside it as well. This is wrong. This is all wrong. It is indeed hard to accept, being so far removed from our own beliefs. Well, with Alice, this is messed up. Perhaps more shocking is that the technology to achieve all of this was developed hundreds of years ago. The civilization and the reflections are surprising indeed. Well, if time passes at different rates, they may simply have had more time. This would allow for more evolution. But yeah, this makes me incredibly uncomfy. Like, I like the idea of being able to prevent premature death, but the soul business feels like there's something not right about it. Sveen speaks of lived experience that suggests she's far older than she appears. Considering the power of these regulators, perhaps it's not so far-fetched. Yeah, I'm not so sure that dying of old age is something that happens to everyone. Though, she is Queen Sveen Alexandria 14. Were there 13 others before her? I've never seen it for myself, but it's said that if a beast's soul is potent enough, a single soul is enough to introduce a monstrous transformation. Ooh. When Emmett Selk spoke of surprising civilization in other reflections, I wonder if he had Alexandria in mind. Having seen the beauty of the ethereal sea firsthand, I simply can't accept what they've done here in Alexandria. I understand this part of their culture, but it's no less disconcerting. While we all have our thoughts on the souls, for now the important thing is we know what power Soralgia has at its disposal. There's one thing to separate corporeal ether from the incorporeal ether, but to strip memories from the soul entirely is unprecedented technology. This is no longer only Tulialal concern. His newfound power, Soralgia has become a real threat to the entire world. Indeed, he has to be stopped, no matter the cost. And that is where I am gonna stop today. I really want to get to Solution 9, but I am also very tired. So I think this is where I'm going to take a break today, and tomorrow we will continue on and hopefully get to Solution 9 and whatever is behind it. I've been feeling like really under the weather all day, but I've had a blast nonetheless. Like, I've had a lot of fun and I really enjoyed this. And like, I can't wait to keep on playing tomorrow. I'm gonna make sure to rest well, drink plenty of fluid. I have Sopril, I think it's called, these little like throat tablets. I'm gonna take some of those, and I'm just gonna try to do my best to hopefully feel a little bit better tomorrow, and then better as we go on. But yeah, this is very exciting. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy these, maybe throw me a commendation by liking and subscribing. And in the end, all I want to say is takk fyrir að horfa og eigðu yndislegan dag.